No.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Gameday Live. We're back on time. We are on time. It says it in the banner, 1:30 Gameday Live, and here we are at 1:30. Steve, it's a miracle.
Man. Yeah, it's an unfortunate miracle because we're still not where we want to be with our broadcast, with the production value. However, as you know, we're making both. What did we get the delay down to today when we tried?
It was about 2 seconds as opposed to about 20 from last week.
Yeah.
So
that's a massive. That's a tenfold increase. But
next week we just
little by little. But so you know. Joking aside, it's good. It's good that we're live on time, and we've got fewer issues this week. We hope, although we are missing a very, very vital element of last week's broadcast, which made it successful and easy for us to just deliver.
We do have to regretfully advise that James is no longer with us.
There's better ways of wording that.
I know. But James is just with somebody else.
Everyone that's unavailable is dead to us. So
James is just no longer with us. He's with somebody else. We have not got his services, and
I think he's down in Brighton for the weekend. He told me.
I don't care.
I said to him, "Does that mean Brighton doesn't have the internet, James? What's going on, mate? You know." So
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I was literally talking to him about 4 minutes ago about Barkevius Mingo of the Atlanta Falcons getting released. So if he can message me on Facebook Messenger, he can produce a show.
He can spend 4 hours back just focused on one thing. Yeah, absolutely.
Getting a camera dumped in his face every now and then.
It was good fun, man. So Oz and I are gonna have to handle the score stuff between us. We were pretty much on it quite a lot last time anyway, but we do get carried away chatting sometimes. But that's the show. If you
don't get lost in a monologue.
Just if you don't like it, you can always keep up to date with stuff on our Facebook page because that's got a post. We got a pin post at the top of all the scores, so you don't piss off
altogether. Don't piss off altogether. Just mute it. If you don't like it, just mute it and wait for the ticker. Just wait for the ticker.
Yeah, that's right.
We still want your patronage. We want you to watch.
Yeah, absolutely, and we want and also your interaction. So that's another thing. Like today, so you can see at the bottom there we've got #Gameday Live. That's not just for clubs, right? That's for anyone involved in Britball. We obviously want the clubs to send us score updates, but if you've got anything to share with us, any content, any ideas, any predictions, any comments,
send us your memes.
Oh, mate, we love memes. I do love memes.
Send us your screen captures of Knocker looking weird.
No one knows what Knocker is.
Sorry. Send us your screen caps of Steve halfway through a monologue where his face twists up and he's in the middle of a rant. Send us those, 100%.
So we want to start, encourage more and more interaction and we're monitoring this stuff on Facebook, on Twitter, and on what's the other one? Instagram. But also the live stream stuff that we've got in on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Facebook. And any comments that come through, we can pick up on. So if you just want to quickly interact and ask a question or give us a view, you can whack it in there. If you actually want to send us a piece of content, it's best to go, send it to us in Facebook or tag us #Gameday Live in Twitter. That's probably the best one. So so we'll probably keep repeating that because we're growing in confidence. We do want we want more to latch on to. We've got, I think we've got 11 games today. I think
it's 11, yeah.
So we'll do the usual, doing a little rundown of those. I want to look at. I haven't got it up. I want to look at the Bafra news flash and see who the naughty boys are of this week. I find them fascinating. Actually, I think there's a really good source of information in those news flashes. And one thing that we've brought in this week. So you may have seen we've had issues with the websites that's impacted picks this week. An absolute nightmare because picks is like a staple for me. Like that's one of the first things we did as a website, and now
that was what brought me on board. Before even Britball picks, that was what I came on board to do. Where I used to write the little daily
NFL
article
ones.
for NFL.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so like for me, it's like a huge part of what we do, and the fact that the engine that runs it isn't working correctly, for me, I'm not taking a substandard product. I just told the developer, like, fix it.
I don't believe you because you have me on this show.
Well, I'm talking about picks and the way they work. So yeah, so what we're going to do, it should be good. It'll probably be fixed midweek. I think they figured out the problem. They've tested it in a development environment. They now need to just make sure that they can do it in the production or the live environment of the website. That's it, and we just need to figure out the logistics of that. So fingers crossed that'll all work, and we'll be good to go. However, so I don't have picked results to show you this week because I decided to just not run them in the end. It just didn't make sense. People were having different experiences. We were like, when we were running numbers, when we were doing test numbers, we were like, it wasn't counting people's picks, and it wasn't even updating scores that we were updating. Like, or some instances it was removing scores that we'd already updated. So all sorts.
I did see from week 1 where it just looked like no one had picked about 3 different games, and I was like, I don't know if that's right.
So yeah, it's all messed up. It's all being sorted. It's all salvageable. It's just, for me, I'd rather just sit back and wait for that to be completely fixed and just keep trying to paper the cracks and make your way through it. One thing we did introduce this week is or reintroduce, really, because we did it before, but we're doing it again now, is game of the week.
Yes.
Score prediction. So Indeed. The game of the week is selected by the Breen brothers on our Saturday show. This week, I mean, no surprises this week when we go through the fixtures. It's Exiles Blitz is the game of the week this week. And what we've done is we've got a load of score predictions from people, and if someone gets that score prediction bang on, they'll win. I think it's £50 of a £50 Amazon gift card. So yeah, Grant, say hello, Grant. Bloody isolating today, so I can't get to any games. Oh right. Well, cheers for letting us know, mate. Hopefully
you are stuck with us. Yeah. You're stuck with us. So...
Yeah, Nottingham aren't playing today. No, they're not. Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah, sorry. So another huge monologue from me, but yeah, well, interestingly this week, I mean, we'll look at the fixtures in a second. There was a thing that I posted about yesterday, asking a provocative question, and some people took it as an opinion on our part, but it was literally just an open question. But fine. And that was about the impact of the England game, and we had the full spectrum of responses. People like, hold on, raise that glass again, Oz. You said you weren't going to have such a fancy one this week. You got it back, and you've got ice. Let's talk about your beverage, Oz.
So last week, obviously, I had the fancy chalice full of water, and the fancy chalice of water, and I got some stick for it from the boys that have watched the stream. Yeah. So my mate Lloyd literally sent me a photo of me halfway through, sort of sipping out of the bougie chalice, and he's like, mate, you are moving up in the world. No one would know you lived in Bradford.
Big time now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, mate. This is crystal, 100 crystals.
You can do the whole thing around the rim.
Yeah.
It makes a nice sound.
It's more just me making it while I rub my hand over it.
Yeah.
No, so I've got some rum and coke. I've got some Kraken left over, so banged it into. I was like, you know what? If I'm going to go in, I'm going to go in.
Oh, this is good, mate. So I'm going to see an increase in what I consider Oz. I'm going to get more Oz as the time
accent,
goes.
The accent is going to get outrageous.
Yeah,
it's going to be like you're on a live stream with Steve Irwin.
It's going to be all drawly and you're going to get.
I'm like that anyway.
This is going to be a fun podcast.
We're going to get scores through. We're going to get scores through, and I'm just going to be like, crikey, this team's put up a blinder.
Yeah. Grant said he feels for his wife having to listen to us all day.
I feel sorry for anybody having to listen to us for any amount of time at all.
There's a fix to that. Either turn off, but we would like you to stay on and put headsets on.
Yeah.
Mute us.
Gary, hello, Gary.
Gary, we'll be talking a little bit later about Gary, because he's part of the mobile gaming company that contacted us. Mobile Throne. Yeah, you can take it anywhere this time. Yeah, it's amazing.
See, I was thinking more Game of Thrones with the Iron Throne, mate, and it's just made out of Nokias.
No, I was thinking of mobile.
Nokias.
Oh, right, yeah. That too works.
Indestructible.
But yeah, the dragon would not have destroyed that one.
No, you're not burning that one down.
I don't care how angry you are. Right. Again, this is going to be a nightmare, this one, but this is going to be fun. I think, so one thing I think we might see impacting games, so we talked about the England game and the spectrum that we've had, right? Like, we had people from, like, one end, like, literally, like, you don't tell me you care about the game and the country if you're going to put a little measly sport like Britball in front of it. And then other people, like, I don't care, like, I don't care that anything is happening in that sport. Of course, I'm going to play American football, go to training or whatever. Like, it was literally both ends and everything in between.
Well, I still remember from when the World Cup was on, and there was teams that were making excuses based on the fact that England had made it through so far in the World Cup.
Right. I can't remember that.
And there was teams that were like, well, we've got player shortages, so because of it's summertime and people have booked holidays, and England have made it further in the World Cup than we thought they would. And it was like, really? Like, is that where we're going with this these days? Is that how we're claiming forfeits? It's England's fault.
Yeah,
like, you've never forfeited before because England's been pants at soccer since 1966, but now we're there.
It's my duty as an Englishman to not come to training.
Right. So I want to make sure that every Scottish team is fielding full players.
Oh, mate. Well, yeah, and the Scots I've seen just laying into that. Obviously, you know which end of the spectrum they are, right? They don't care at all.
South Wales Warriors should have no problem fielding a team. Like.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Oh, you might get some that cross the border to play.
Oof.
You never know. But
playing for Bristol.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm surprised. I'm surprised the Scottish guys don't want to watch it to see England lose. There's always the anyone but England. Have you heard of that?
Oh yeah, I put it on all of the back of my t-shirts since I've lived here for so long.
So you'll have the Abe. You'll have the Abe crew out there, like wishing they didn't win and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, the in terms of like impacting games, people saying, moving games forward, and I think there are a couple of 1 o'clock kickoffs. It's probably not not that pertinent everywhere, but we haven't got any scores coming in yet, so we're expecting 2:30s. I'm actually expecting running clocks.
Oh, you reckon
if a game said, yeah, we'll play, but we'll play running clock.
The whole game. The whole game running clock.
Yeah. Like from kickoff. Like, I'm not saying like the.
I didn't know. I thought Hastings had folded.
What does that mean?
It means that all of their games were running clock. They were so bad.
Hey, Mr. De Ruyter, our former teammate when we all won the championship.
Indeed.
Big Ollie, thank you, mate. Thank you for being here. Keep us updated with stuff, and we'll hopefully keep you entertained. So right, let's have a look at before we go into any more.
Let's get some stuff up.
Yeah, because last time we just carried on talking and it didn't even show the fixtures until the games had all started. So hold on, I've not prepared my screen share, so you'll have to excuse me. You talk for a bit. It won't take me long.
Okay, well, I'm having to scroll down the post. And I'm just trying to see if I can find anything. Okay. So someone reckons that we should postpone Britball for Pretty Ball. Not like there's anything else going on, meaning we should postpone the year at all. So we should postpone it for soccer, but not for a pandemic.
Yeah. Are you sure you've interpreted that properly?
Well, what did
he say? Read it out.
He said, yeah, we should postpone for Pretty Ball. Not like there's anything else going on, meaning we should postpone the year at all. I take that as the pandemic.
Yeah, it is, yeah. But he's being sarcastic. He called it Pretty Ball. He doesn't like football.
No, he's talking about soccer. Yeah, that's what I mean. He's saying that, like, if we won't postpone the season for a pandemic, why the hell should we postpone it for soccer? Yeah. I'm with you. Okay.
Sorry, I'm
just so we're on the right page.
You described it first time. Right. Let's have a look at the fixtures. So we got them up on screen here. I don't know how well you guys can see them, particularly if you're on a mobile. But yeah, the first game up here is in Central East, which is the Alphas versus the Bombers. Now,
I do love that city. It's my favourite city, Scunthorpe.
What, because of the
Yeah,
swear word?
because of the obvious. Love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
A lot of people don't clock it. It's there,
Really?
Yeah.
It's the only thing I see when I look at that word.
So I think you've met my mate John. I think the guy that stutters a lot.
I mean, I've met a lot of stuttery people in my life.
Yeah, he stutters and he can't say his R's, so we just absolutely rinse him. But anyway, when I pointed it out to him once, like the word Scunthorpe was up on a screen or something, and I pointed to the swear word within it, right? And he started laughing, and then he went, "Yeah, scun." I was like, "No, John, there's another word there, mate." Yeah.
I'm done.
So I always think of that when I see the Scunthorpe. Anyway, the Alphas, this is their first game.
Are they? I was going to say, are they affiliate?
No, they're in the league. I think they were an affiliate team, but this is their first official year in the league, so their first official game.
Well, good luck, boys.
Yeah, and hold on. Let me get the actual results up so I can see them. So Central East. I just wanted to see what. So Nottingham are 2-0. Lincolnshire have 1-1 and lost 1. So that they obviously lost to Nottingham.
Last week.
Yeah, that was a close game, wasn't it? Was that the game that it was going the Bombers' way before the rain break, and then after that the season just
came out after the lightning hiatus and just pulled their pants down.
It's probably a bit overzealous, but yeah, no.
Because what I mean by that is
it's pulled their pants down.
No, it's when you're a child. When you're a child, you get your pants pulled down. They paddle your bum. That's what your parents do. They paddle your bum, and that's what happened to.
That's a paddling.
They got a paddling. Where's the old dude from The Simpsons? That's paddling. Just get him on screen.
Right. East Anglia. So we got the Gladiators versus the Cats. The reverse of this fixture was cancelled last week because of coronavirus issues within the Glads setup, and I speculated that maybe that could impact this week, but it hasn't, which is great. It may have impacted it, but not to the tune that it has stopped the game. I think it seems that like a lot of teams out there are dropping the odd player for most fixtures that they're playing. And carrying on playing, which is right, you know. So, but it's obviously not impacted them to the tune of stopping the game. And then Ouse Valley are playing Ipswich. So Ipswich are 1-1. Ouse Valley are 0-2. Ouse Valley probably underachieving compared to what they wanted to do this year.
Historically, have performed at as well.
Yeah, it's funny because I'd see that, like thinking about the times I've played both of those teams over the years, and that's probably not a good way of measuring this, but I'd see those teams as quite evenly matched.
I've never played against Ipswich, and I was injured when we played Ouse Valley, but it was a close game when we played them.
So interestingly, both of them. So Ipswich, once upon a time, had, you'd call them American imports, but they weren't. They were American nationals living in the UK near a base, an airfield base near them, and obviously massively benefited there. It's always skill positions, isn't it? You never get like, this is the best O lineman in league coming from Nebraska or whatever. It's always
he goes to college because O linemen are scarce. Like receivers and running backs are dime a dozen.
Do you know what? I think even if it was someone that played O line in the States, they come over here and be like, "Can I be the quarterback?"
100%.
I'm better than all of you at quarterback.
Yeah, that's it. They're like, what credentials do you have? I played Div 2 high school ball for 4 years. I walked on as a freshman, and you're like, throw away. Like we run a wishbone. So
can you tell? Exactly. Can you review our playbook and tell me what's good and bad? Yeah, they get.
What's a hot route? By the way, what's a hot route?
And Ouse Valley are like more recently playing against them. They had a couple of Americans as well, but I think both teams have lost them. So it'd be quite interesting to see this one.
Ipswich have gained a new logo though, which I love to see.
Yeah. I think they've gone from
the weird rapey cardinal dude was like squatting over the ball.
Yeah. He was in a 3-point. He was a centre. He was about
but wasn't a fan. Wasn't a fan.
Yeah, I would, was it the worst? What did we?
It was pretty bad.
What did we decide was the worst?
Browns division. There was
Yeah,
a few
that was
of them.
Browns in the NFL.
Yeah.
But what was in the UK? The Browns was just its own level, wasn't it?
It's just a brown helmet. They were in the bottom. I can't remember, but they were right down.
They were properly right down there, and I would give them above average now. I don't think this is like a world beater, but it's all right, man. It fits with the religious.
The glow up is real.
Yeah, the glow up. Yeah, that's how I posted about it. Okay, so actually, we haven't talked about who we think going to win these games. Let's do that quickly.
Alpha's Bombers.
Just pick one, Oz.
Okay, Bombers.
Pick one based on the colour.
No, I'm picking it based on because I really enjoyed the Bombers' social media team last week. They were great in keeping us updated. So I'm a big fan of the Bombers.
All right. Yeah, I'll go. All right, so I'll go Alphas on that one, just to be a contrarian. The Cats and the Glads. I've
played both these guys, and I don't hate them. Well, I do now. I'm going to go for Colchester just because Crazy Dave used to play for Colchester.
That's a nice one. So I'm going to go for the Cats because I've got a soft spot for them. Since there was a player a few years ago now that passed away. And he used to be quite heavily. He used to send loads of memes into us when we ran Gridiron Memes. And ever since then, I've just wanted the Cats to. I've been pulling for him. I want them to do well. For me,
it's the Glads because Crazy Dave, love Crazy Dave. So I think he's. I'm going to go for the Cardinals because the glow up. Like let's complete it.
So that's 3 in a row that we're opposing on, and I'm not doing this on purpose now. I did the first one, but the other 2 I haven't. I prefer the Ouse Valley to win. One, because the 2 lads that are going to do this show, Game Day Live, for the Uniball, play for that team. Play for Ouse Valley. And I've got a darker history with the Cardinals than I do with the Ouse Valley Eagles.
Have you got some bad stories from seminary school?
No. It's all on the field. It was basically in the year. God, what year was it? 2018? No, 2008. The Knights went undefeated, and the Cardinals were like the favourites to win the league. They were in the same division as us, so we played them 3 times, so twice in the normal season, and the 3rd time in the final. And it was just constantly shit talking going on between both sides. We beat them all 3 times, smashed them in the final, and then it was on Sky Sports, right? Because Sky Sports decided to cover it, so we had the commentators talking about it was only highlights, the highlights of it and everything. I've still got the video, man. And there was this bit where they interviewed different players and coaches and stuff, and the players that they interviewed from the Cardinals were just it was like sour grapes. Oh, well, if the defense hadn't done this, then they'd have never got any points. And it was just brilliant. It was so good. And so I just consider them sore losers and want the Ouse Valley Eagles to win, even though they're a different team now.
Yeah, the reality
that's still in my mind.
There's probably not a lot of people playing from the 2008 season still. People playing to their 50s now. So
yeah. I intend to.
Joke.
Yeah,
mate, you haven't played in 5 years.
3.
Okay. You set foot on the field in 3. You haven't played in 5.
Oh, it's probably longer than that, man. Anyway, right, let's move on. Kent, this is the game of the week. So Kent versus London Blitz. Who are you backing? Now, you weren't aware of the game 1 result, were you? I'm
such a bad host. I'm such a bad Game Day Live host because I'm looking at and you're like, what do you know about this team? Well, Steve, absolutely nothing. So it's I'm so detached from Britball at this moment in time because it's all just drama and everybody has a whinge, which you'd think I would be amazing at because I love having a whinge. But the Bombers. They've just been tweeting out. Looking at the sky, could be possible that we're going to get some more lightning, and they may end up with another delayed game. But we don't know. They're saying kickoffs at 2:00. So
yeah, I see that.
I'm going to go with the Blitz just because historical bias. They've always been decent, and I'm assuming they probably still are.
Yeah.
So
this is sort of what I said to you as well. For me, years and years of dominance from the London Blitz, and I know not top level. obviously Warriors have been number one, but the Blitz have always been up there. You know, like it's been literally Warriors or Blitz, and then Tamworth in more recent years.
Recent years, it's been like Tamworth.
Like for years,
Merseyside.
Like since I've been involved, like when I first started playing Britball, it was the London O's, and then a couple of years later, it's the Blitz, and the Blitz have stayed up there. You know, like so. For me, I can't in my head. Maybe it's a cognitive dissonance. I can't undo that. Like there's a prestige that they're a quality organisation. One result that went a little bit close, first game of the season after a year and a half off in a pandemic and all that stuff. For me, doesn't mean that the Blitz have had a fall from grace or that Kent are playing better, or playing, or have had such a leap forward. I think.
So I'd heard of Britball. I'd heard of Britball before I even knew that I'd heard of Britball. When I was living back home, I was in a fantasy league in 2011, and one of the dudes in the team, in his team, he called his team the London Blitz. And right. I was like, and like he wasn't from England or anything like that. Like he was from New Zealand. We just, I played football with him over there, but I was like, who are the London Blitz? And he's like, oh, and the way that he described it, he said they're a semi-professional football team from England. And I was like, oh man, that's mad. Like, and that was the first thing. And I didn't hear anything else about Britball for like the next 4 years until I moved over here. And then I remember when I joined up with you guys, and they were like, I was looking over the divisions and stuff, and I was like, oh, the London Blitz, I know them. They're like semi-pro. And everybody just looked at me and they were like, no, they're not. But yeah, so they're the only team. They're the first team I ever heard about in Britball. So I'm going to back the Blitz.
Yeah, and I find myself back in the Blitz as well. I think the truth probably lies in somewhere in the middle of what I've said. So the Kent have absolutely improved. The Blitz just didn't do so well. I'm expecting the Blitz to put like 40 points on the XRs today. Oh wow! Yeah, like I think it's going to be like that sort of a return from it. Like, but we'll see. Like I'm not. I don't know. Like I'm not a fan of either team. That's what I think.
Oh, I do like the dude who thinks that giant windmills cool the earth. I'm a big fan of that guy.
Yeah. Do you know what he did? He did more for promoting Britball than anyone has ever done in the last 15 years, mate. Like that. Yeah. That post went properly viral. The things that weren't even to do with Britball were picking it up and running it. Radio stations, all that sort of stuff. Like it went around the world, and it's really not stopped. It's just slowed down. It's still prominent content.
So before we move on, if you can just scroll up and take the Essex Sussex game out of it for a second. No, scroll up. That's down.
Sorry.
Just because we've got Darren's predictions here.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, cheers, Darren.
So he's got the Bombers, the Cats, the Cards, the Blitz, the Rams, the Bobcats. So pretty much in line with what I said, apart from the Cats over the Gladiators. Yeah. And then we haven't got to the Rams and the Bobcats yet. So
yeah, let's get to those. So,
but thank you, Darren.
Yeah, cheers, Darren. I'm fairly sure, and again, I need to do a better job of getting my scores out in front of me when I'm doing this. But I'm fairly sure that Doncaster had a bit of a shocker in the White Rose, and yeah, they lost to Humber. They lost to Humber. Do you remember that one? I was like, Doncaster are going to kill him. Yeah, and they lost to Humber. So I'm going to say the Rams on this one.
Oh yeah, you going for Yorkshire?
Same as Darren. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go for Yorkshire as well, because my understanding of living up here is they are the better of the two teams coming from out of Leeds. Right. I remember when I first moved up here and I was looking for a team to join because I was like, yeah, I'll keep playing. And I looked at both the Bobcats and the Rams, and at the time the Bobcats were Div 2 and the Rams were Div 1. And then I looked at sort of the standings, and I think the Bobcats were struggling in Div 2 at the time, sort of kept pulling out sort of 3-4 win seasons, and the Rams were sort of competing in Div 1. So I'll go for the Rams as well. And then on that note, I'm going to take Humber because I think because they beat the Mustangs, and no offense, I'm not really a big fan of the Bobcats, so I'm going Humber.
Yeah, I'll do the same for the same reasons. The next one, I think it's going to be a bit of a one-sided affair. I think this one's going to.
didn't know that the Sussex Thunder were actually the Sussex Thunderbolts.
They're not. The Thunderbolts are their B team that are in associate this year and are playing 8 games in associate.
Right.
To save the Southeast after Hastings dropped out of it.
I mean, let's put it. Hastings has never really been the pride of the Southeast anyway. So
no, but it's. I think. I mean, you don't know what the squad's like. We haven't seen anything from either of these teams, but I think it's a bit of a rough going to play the Essex Spartans as your first ever game.
Yeah,
competitively. I think Essex are gonna.
I'm gonna cheer for the Thunderbolts, but I think the Spartans will win.
Yeah, man, and like Martin, who's the head coach of the Thunderbolts, he's recently done a couple of articles on Gridiron Hub. Really, really lovely guy, and when I say stuff, it's not like I'm doing it from emotional reasons or anything. Like I think about it. If I was putting money on this, where would my money go? That's how I base my predictions, and yeah, my money would be on the Spartans in this one. The Apache Raptors, that game's off.
I was going to say, is that game off? Because
I removed the other games. I forgot
last
that
night.
one. Yeah. Well, it was apparently off earlier this week, but only confirmed last night. Hornets Saints, that's going ahead, and the Saints have posted. It's actually kicked off.
Iron Man football.
Yeah, so their head coach. One of their coaches, not the head coach, contacted me earlier to say, because I did a post about them yesterday about the dilemma they face with, do they travel against government guidelines? What are they doing to mitigate? And then they're testing everyone. And I was like, that must be a ball ache. And anyway, they decided to play the game. They did try and move it. It just wasn't possible. The Hornets tried to help them out. It just didn't work out. But I think Oxford. I don't think this game's going to finish.
Yeah. You think it's getting called just because due to for lack of a better word, player safety, just because of just numbers?
I hate the player safety. I think genuine player numbers and knackeredness, and
Well, we've got a live update from the Saints game. Both defenses trade three and outs on first possessions. So not sure who's got the ball at the moment, but big defensive stop from them on a 3 and out to start with.
Yeah, cool. And then we got Wembley London Blitz B. I fancy Wembley for this. I think they are so much better than their reputation. They've got so many good players there. They got good coaching there. They got good. They got terrible car park. I hate playing there because of the car park. We played a friendly against them. Oz, your beard looks majestic.
I'm just banging that straight up. I don't care. I don't care what you're saying. That's going straight in there. Yeah.
And obviously, they've got good catchment. Obviously, they're in London and West London. They've got some great players there, and their reputation doesn't quite match how good they are as a team. So I back Wembley on this.
We played against them. Would have been 2017. In the promotion tournament from Div 2 to Div 1.
Yeah.
And we started really well, and then one of our O-line fell on our running back's leg and broke his ankle. And then from that point, the floodgates just opened, and they were a very clinical team. They were very, very good. And then once they hit Div 1, they still performed in Div 1 as well. So I agree. I think they're going to win it, and I think they'll win it comfortably.
Yeah. Next one, the Stampede versus the Bulls.
I'm going to go for Birmingham because they've got weird accents, and Hereford sounds slightly, I don't know. They sound slightly Welsh when you speak to them at times.
Great. I'll go for Stampede. Oh yeah, let's talk about this. We don't cover the under 19 or the under 16 stuff yet. One is logistics. We just don't have the access to it, and especially today where we don't have James helping us out. Our plan is to do so. Another reason is that Gridiron Hub at large, I sort of tried to avoid people under 18, drawing people under 18 to it because we sort of swear and
because Steve swears. Steve's got a potty mouth.
Swear. I'm still into. I know under 19s are usually 18, 19
adults.
years old, but I'm just trying to they're adults, but I'm just trying to sort of.
I've got one update. I've got one update.
So yes,
The
we
Exiles,
will be, but no, like in the future we will be because I want to
We
add
don't
like
right
women's
now.
and everything. But yeah, and flag. We want to sort of have everything coming into one portal. We're currently building that portal. So the quick answer is no.
There is one update for under 19s. The Exiles beat the Blitz 15-0. That's one thing I can tell you because it's right on my screen in front of me on the Exiles Twitter feed. So the Exiles and under 19s beat the Blitz 15-0. So that's all we can give you. Unfortunately, sorry, Juk, which I'm assuming is LUFC. That's like, is that like Liverpool United FC, LUFC? That's a football one, or is that Leicester?
Leeds, mate. Leeds
United. Right. Okay. Have you seen the Stampede's field, Steve? I have not.
No, Grant. Tell us what you're on about. Or send us a picture, mate.
Unless it looks like
it's either good or bad, isn't it? Like like with a comment like that, it's not going to be. Oh, that's all right. Like we're either going to get like something just pristine and perfect,
just a paddock, a paddock
measured with a ruler, like the grass blades and all that. Yeah. Liverpool,
James.
You definitely were going to get stick for. I didn't give you stick for that because I thought no, he's foreign. But there you go, mate.
Yeah, I don't watch soccer that much, so I have no idea. When he says this, it makes me think that it's literally like a paddock where you've just taken the cows out and you've put the people in.
Right, let me have a look at it because he's posted it.
You bring the link. Bring the link.
Before we move on, let's just do this one. Let's just do this one. One more game. Storm.
He's got
Black Knights.
Swindon was Storm Worcestershire. So Worcestershire didn't play last week because of COVID as well.
Yeah.
Correct.
I can't rember. Because
there was literally the post with the Black Knight and his arms cut off.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. No, I think it must be COVID. It must be COVID because So and then the Storm they got a pasting, didn't they? From
Did they play Bristol?
No, they were the Giants. I think it was the Sheffield Giants they played. Oh no. Not in 7. That's not right.
No, Swindon. I think they played Bristol.
Yeah, you're right. They played Bristol. Yeah, so I can't call this one. It's like I don't know anything about these teams. They haven't shown much that we've seen already. Do you want to pick one? I'll pick the other.
Yeah. Okay. Who do you want? We paper scissors rocking it. Oh, sorry. Rock paper scissors, as you guys say over here.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. And then, so whoever wins gets the Knights.
Okay.
So we go 1, 2, 3, and then go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
1, 2. We need an audio delay.
1, 2,
3.
I get the Storm.
I get the Knights. That was the most awkward game of paper scissors rock I've ever played in my life.
People are sending us under 19 results. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Do you want to get those up? I'm going to stop the screen share and just see what I want to have a look at what Grant shared us.
Yeah, so we got the under 19s Knights versus the Falcons. So Knights won 14-2. I'm sure you can all read, but and then we've got the Knights versus the Cardinals was 26-0 yesterday as well. Also got some updates from the Saints. So the Saints have tried a 21-yard field goal attempt, and it's no good. So they've managed to mark. And we've got Grant saying that the Yorkshire Rams are up 8-0 as well.
Yeah, cool. I want to put that in our scores. Cheers,
Grant.
Oh,
okay. I need to update, sorry. The Exiles and Blitz game isn't over. They haven't beaten them 15-0. They were leading 15-0. The Exiles under 19 are now up.
Oh,
so the
sorry.
Exiles
under
19. Yeah, the Exiles under 19 game. The Exiles are now leading 22-0 over the Blitz.
Okay. Wow.
And Birmingham have just kicked off.
Yeah, I saw that. So the Rams are 8-0 up against the Mustangs. So 8-0. That means that so that was a TD and a 2P. Yeah, 2-pat, and that. I think that's going to be the way the game's going to go. I think there's going to be a lot of points conceded by the Mustangs in that game.
Have you got this field for us?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find it. I think he would have put it on the because we've got 2 posts, haven't we? So I just realised which one he's put it on. So no, I haven't got it yet.
Can you not just go to the comment and click on the link?
I don't think so. No, we haven't got the ability to do that.
Oh, right, okay.
So I need to find the comment on the live stream. Just give me a sec.
Right, okay. Well, while you do that, I'm just going to quickly update because I've got three new updates from Twitter. So I'm just going to quickly read those out. So So we got like Grant said, we've got the Rams taking an early lead, converting for 2, so 8-0 over the Mustangs. The Birmingham Bulls. So after a solid running from Josh and Bammy, it's the tight end who drags half the D into the end zone for 6, and then Bammy runs the 2-pointer for an 8-0 lead. And then Mitch Vaughn recovers the kick at the Stampede 30. So it looks like the Bills are just about to go ham on the Stampede. Sorry, the Bulls, not the Bills. So they're up 8-0, and they've just recovered the kick. The Birmingham Bills doesn't work quite as well, does it?
Kick. I can't. Grant, if you're out there, I know you are. Can you send that link? Inbox it to us, because I can't pluck it out of the comments. Even going onto the stream, it's not in the comments as I look at it.
You're hopeless, Steve.
Hold on. Where did he send us? Let me just see the
on Facebook.
Oh, it's on their Facebook page. Right, fuck. I can just go to their Facebook page, can't I? Sorry.
Probably. So while Steve does that and battles with technology,
that's why we need a producer.
Yeah, it is. It is why we need a producer. If you've got any of your own predictions, get them in. Love to see them. And if you're at any of the games, if anybody's at the game and for some reason you're on Facebook not watching the game, just make sure you're still using that hashtag. You can see it down the bottom. Tag us in your game day content. Use the hashtag GameDayLive. We want to know score updates, big plays, anything along those. Send us video clips. If you tag it up, let us know, and we will we'll get it on stream and get it out there to the public.
So I've got the pictures of it. So before I get it up, what do you reckon? Awful or great? Because you can only go one or the other way, right? One way or the other.
I would generally I've been rinsing them thinking it would be awful, but I reckon I'm wrong. I reckon it looks mad. I reckon it's a brilliant looking field. Oh my god, that is mad.
Floodlights, the lines, even the mowing lines are in there.
God damn.
Is it a 100-yard field? It's got to be, right? Let's give them that credit. Let's see. 10, 20. Oh, I can't count.
This is going to be painful to watch.
90-yard field.
Oh, so we got some updates on the.
Look at that perfect overhead shot. Quality.
That's brilliant. That's clean.
Awesome stuff.
So we've got an update. Scunthorpe's up 8-0 over Lincolnshire.
Okay.
Which is quite interesting because I just got an update from Lincolnshire that on Scunthorpe's first drive, one of their linebackers causes and recovers a fumble, and they took over on their own 35-yard line. So for that to, so there we go. Grant's coming in there and giving us the updates as well.
So Scunthorpe at 8-0 up.
Apparently, that's what we've been told.
Cool. Let's do that.
So you got to assume that there's possibly a defensive touchdown or something because they took over on their own 35, and then next the Alphas have scored. So the Rams touchdown was Adam Folds, who ran it in after a big pass to Connor Moore and gets the Rams in the end zone, and then Joe Mills takes in the 2-point attempt. So good work there from the Rams.
Rams have got the ball on Doncaster's 5 after a muff punt.
We could easily see a bit of a washout on this one. They could definitely run away with that.
All right, I'm just going to update the scores in the ticker, mate. Give me a sec.
So the Lincoln's come through and just said touchdown Scunthorpe, 2 PAT is good, 8-0. Mustangs have fumbled a punt. The Rams have the ball on the Mustangs 5-yard line, so that's after the touchdown.
Jesus, it's 8-0 up already.
And then Oxford have just said that both teams have traded turnovers, an INT from the Saints, immediately followed by a fumble from the Hornets.
Mate, do you know what? If the Saints playing Iron Man ball beat the Hornets away, man, what a day that's going to be for them.
It's going to be huge. Absolutely huge.
Good on them.
Yeah,
right.
So the Rams are taking over at the 7-yard. Well, Doncaster have said the 5-yard line, and Yorkshire have said the 7-yard line. So it's probably at the 6.
I just want to do a rundown of the Bafra news alert, news flash they call it. Let me just get it up open so we talk about who's out and why today. Right, get it down here. It looks better.
So have we got some naughty boys? Who's on the naughty step?
Yeah, so new this week we've got well, so yeah. I only like reading out the ones.
Do you want to spit it out, or?
Yeah, well, I only like reading the ones out that have impact today, because otherwise I end up reading them out twice over the different weeks. So Graham Owens, who's number 5 for the Lincolnshire Bombers, he loudly abused the ref, an official, and misses the game today against the Alphas.
Did he call him Scunthorpe?
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what he called him, mate. And then there's another one which suspension's already served, because it was too unsportsmanlike under 16s tournament. So he already served in one of the games. They played like 3 games at a time. So I won't read that out, because I don't want to read the person's name out because he's under 16. But there's one on there as well for someone during the second game of the tournament. He received 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties and was disqualified, and then just served it the same day. So yeah, that's it for today. Nothing too flashy or interesting. I'm just reading the other updates. Now there's nothing there. Let's back to you, Oz. Anything else?
Well, we've got some more updates. The Bulls have scored again. So Josh Hull with his first Bulls TD with a sweet run. 2-point conversion has failed, so it's 14-0. The Bulls. And then the Rams have just scored again, so the Mustangs are trailing 14-0 as well.
Is that pre-PAT?
Pre-PAT.
Yeah. And the Bulls are what? What's the score there?
14-0.
Already against the Stampede.
Against the Stampede.
Oh my god.
So it's on its way.
Yeah, man.
When
we're doing the scores, I put them either side of the V just to warn you.
Oh, okay. I don't, so that's good.
No, it's all right. We'll figure it out eventually.
We will. We're both trying to be producer and performer at the same time, and neither of us are doing a very good job. So
that's all good. People are still here.
They are. Welcome. If you've just joined us.
Right, so one thing I do want to look at is the score predictions, and guys, chuck them in the chat. Actually, score predictions for this game of the week. We've got Blitz versus the Exiles.
Yes.
So we've got a long list of them. I don't need to put them up on screen, do I? I can just call them out.
Let's go.
I'm not going to call them all out, but yeah. So this is a new competition we're running. We've run it before. However, the prize is big. I think I was feeling bad. And so I put the prize up because of the picks thing. So it's 50 quid, a 50 quid voucher. I might balance those out.
What?
Yeah, 50. Yeah. Did you not pick up on that?
Nah, but I mean, I wouldn't be allowed it anyway. So
yeah, I don't mind you guys playing. I see it as fair game. So let's just having a look, scroll through these scores. There were definitely scores both ways, but let me just start reading some out. So Exiles 20, Blitz 10, Blitz 51, Exiles 7.
Was that one from you?
Yeah, it's one from my school of thought, certainly.
Yeah.
Exiles 17, Blitz 21, Exiles 21, Blitz 17. That's been put in twice, so that won't count. Whoever put it in second. Blitz 19, Exiles 15, Blitz 30, Exiles 14. Blitz 22, Exiles 15. Blitz 7, Exiles 6. 14-7 to the Exiles. 20-13 to the Blitz. 28-6 to the Blitz. So it's really like 16-13 to the Exiles. So it looks like the people that have gone for the Exiles typically have gone for a lower score margin.
A lower scoring game.
And lower scoring game and a lower margin between the two teams. Whereas people that have whereas Blitz people have sort of, there's examples of that, but there are also examples of 10+ point differentiators. So yeah, good luck to everyone. I'll probably read out the winner at the end. That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it? We'll see.
So the update on the Rams touchdown was Brad Crisp runs it in on another toss play. The 2 PAT is no good. So there's no kick. 2 PAT failed. So it is 14-0 to the Rams over Doncaster. We've got another under-19 update for you. So the final score of the Kent Exiles versus the London Blitz and under-19s was 22-0 to the Exiles. So congratulations to them. And then the adult Exiles Blitz game kicks off at 2:45.
Okay. You're saying
So
to read the crew referee report on the news flash.
if you haven't already,
Yeah, God, that's another bit that I forgot that we could talk about is the
Let's go.
referee reports, because there's some hilarious stuff in this. Let's just
Okay.
we'll jump straight to crew. Right, let's jump straight to crew because we've had a recommendation. So,
yeah, of course.
So there are game management reports, and the refs, the amount of stuff that they sort of are looking at and reporting back on is unreal, right? It's not just they turn up and do stuff, but right. So the crew, I don't know what this is going to read, by the way, but I'm looking forward to it. The crew report says first time that this new venue has been used. Local council marked the field as being 100-yard long, despite only being 80 yards long. Kickoff was delayed by 25 minutes as height restrictions meant ambulance couldn't access the field, and local council hadn't left keys to remove the height restriction. Game suspended when a dog ran on the pitch. Dog was not associated to either team.
We were told that last week during the stream. The dog on the pitch.
It's all gone into the game report.
He went 100. He went 100.
Yeah, well, he couldn't have done. It's an 8-yard field, so that was a lie. So, let me just read some of these out, and I won't name the teams unless you ask me to. But so these are different reports. No 9-yard marks. That's for one team. One sideline had double red line rather than a single line. Another team, 80-yard field, small changing room, one suspension of around 10 minutes for 2 injured players on the same play. One team, goalposts was strongly tilted to one side. Game spent 45 minutes. There's just the amount of things that they put in these reports are quite funny that they look at.
So we've got a score prediction from Darren for the adult Blitz Exiles game. He's gone 24-10.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So we've got another update. We've got another update in the Doncaster Yorkshire game. So the QB's been picked off, and the Rams defender takes it for 6. The Rams convert and now lead 22-0. Still in quarter 1. Oh, yeah. So I think could be a very uphill battle there.
Welcome to the league.
So we've got an update here from Michael Klusky. So the Yorkshire Rams Academy scorer Brad Crisp is the hardest working person in Britball. Fact. Great backstory for this young man and a leader by example for Carnegie in the past, and now the Academy Rams.
Cool. Well, thanks for sharing.
Thanks for sharing, Michael. Can you give us you said there's a great backstory. Can you give us any insight at all? Anything else? I'm not trying to dismiss your opinion and saying he's the hardest working person, but we'd like to be able to share.
Yeah,
we'd like to be able to share why.
Yeah. Also, be mindful of the, if it is something that can be shared.
Yes, well. Of course. Yeah, if you can enlighten us some more and shed some light on what makes him so spectacular, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah, man.
And I say that with no sarcasm, by the way. I know my voice just oozes sarcasm. I'm not being sarcastic. Grant's saying that he reckons the blitz. Blitz. So 7 field goals. You reckon?
Yeah. It's going to be a game of field goals. Yeah.
You reckon in Britball they're going to kick 7 field goals? Hashtag pray for Donny. Yeah, 100%. 22-0 first quarter.
Unfortunately,
100% pray for Donny.
Right, let me just get some of these scores on the tickers.
So we've got an update for the Eagles Cardinals end of the first quarter. It is 0 points have been scored. So it's 0.
Okay.
Yeah, end of the first quarter.
I said that. I thought that would be an equally matched game, or evenly matched game. So I'll say.
Oh, so the Bulls. Oh, okay. I want to give a quick shout out to the Birmingham Bulls social media team for a minute, because they seem to have graphics for everything. Like they've literally just looks like they've just picked off the QB, and on Twitter they've put up a big old graphic that has turnover Bulls ball.
That's
big
awesome.
Fan of that. Shout out to the Bulls social media team.
Yeah, I love seeing stuff like that.
So yeah, the Yorkshire pick 6. I'm going to butcher this name, and I do apologise, James. But James Everglin takes the interception to the house. The 2 PAT is good again, so that is the Rams leading 22-0. And the Bulls take over at midfield with that pick that I just mentioned. Grant does not think that there is going to be 7 field goals, he reckons, just shitty PATs and 1 field goal. So.
Or is he like a bunch of safeties and then a couple of field goals?
Let's just make it as complex as humanly possible with maths.
Yeah. Just jump to conclusions with all of the people commenting. Oh, so you're
100%.
saying?
Yeah. You reckon it's going to be this? So we got an update into the Saints. So into the first quarter, Ironman football game still scoreless.
No way.
Yeah, Saints are holding pat there at 0-0. The Alphas have had a TD scrubbed out, so that could have been 14, possibly 16-0, but that's been wiped off the board there.
Wow. Do we know why?
Not yet. If you can indulge us as to why, that would be amazing. He's been he's our live man at the Alphas Bombers game, it would seem.
We're missing some games off of this.
That would be your fault. So can only blame you.
I don't know how I did that, but I missed the games. They're added now.
Talking about the ticker.
Yeah, the ticker. Yeah, I for some reason didn't have the games. Right. So, which was the one you just said was 0-0? Sorry, it was
Oxford Saints. Saints game.
Saints. Yeah.
So that's still scoreless at 0-0. The Rams are up 22-0. The Eagles Cardinals is 0-0. Birmingham Bulls are up 14-0, and Lincolnshire is down 8-0 at the moment. And as Michael's just mentioned, the Alphas have had a TD scrubbed out.
Wow.
So thank you for all your updates, guys. We really appreciate them. Keep sending them in. Here we go. We've got so this is the update. So for anybody who didn't see it, this was Michael's original comment about Brad Crisp, the hardest working person in Britball. So great backstory for this young man, a leader by example at Carnegie in the past and now at the Academy Rams. Here's some. So here we go. No problem. He's not your
archetypical.
Now, yeah, I was going to say that. Is that how that's spelled?
Archetypal is how you would say that.
I would have thought it's supposed to be like archetypical, but he's not your archetypal footballer when he first rocked up at Carnegie, but worked like crazy to bulk up, increase his skill set, studied the option offense to get himself on the field, and now is a starter on the Rams offense. Well, there we go. Love to see it. Love to see it.
While we're waiting for some comments to come in, I just wanted to. I know you talked about your your drink you've got.
Yes.
I've got something to share on drinks. So,
have you?
Yeah, so I'm drinking water.
This is an ad read, guys. This is an ad read.
It come across as an ad, but I would recommend this. This isn't a real ad, by the way. This is something that I went and bought, and I just thought I'd share it. Right, so it's just a normal water bottle, right? Once I drink from it and place it down,
I swear to God, if you turn it around, it's a freaking flashlight.
No, I'm just waiting for this thing to do its thing. Right, so it lights up at the bottom, right? What that's done is it is a freaking flashlight. No, it's not. No, it's an indicator light. What that's done, and I'm looking at my phone for a reason, is it's weighed how much water's left in the bottle, calculated how much I've drank, and then it tells me on an app how much water I've drank and how much I've got left to drink in a day.
How much did that cost you? Just out of curiosity.
It doesn't. It's what value it brings rather than the actual amount.
Because I've got
today. I've just now hit with that sip my 100% goal for the day, which was 2.5 liters. I drink so much water at the moment.
Are we talking over 20 quid? You don't have to give us the exact price.
Oh yeah. It was like
Okay, because I've got something that tracks my water consumption, right? and I got this from Asda. And it cost me like 3 quid.
Oh yeah, I've got one of those.
It's just got the water values on the side.
Yeah, I've got one of those.
Oh, okay. So you just spunk 20 quid for a stupid bottle with a flashlight.
Let me tell you how much, because I can't remember. To be perfectly honest with you, I know it's more than 20 quid.
Tell me you have too much money without telling me you have too much money.
I'm just trying to look after my health.
See, yeah, there we go. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
It was Gridiron Hub don't have money. I've got money.
Yeah, I know. If you haven't noticed, people, that is a cryptocurrency mining rig sitting behind Steve.
Have a guess how much you. So yeah. So how about you just So that's what I did. I did have that 2 liter bottle, but then I was drinking more than that, and I was like, I was losing track of how much I was drinking. So I thought I'm going to buy a smart bottle, and that's what I've got. And I found this one, and it's awesome so far.
I've been corrected.
I've got the price for it.
I've been corrected so Michael, I do apologize. Archetypal is the correct pronunciation. I have been corrected.
I thought archetypical as well, mate.
Someone sent me a private message letting me know that I am retarded.
So you could just put it on stream. Everyone is to what we're doing.
Yeah,
there you
go.
Just
it on stream.
No.
Yeah, no, just a melt. And
that also, if I go too long without having a drink, it will give me a notification. It will tell me to drink. This thing doesn't do that.
Just drink it.
Does that work with beer? Of course it does. Works with any fluid.
Craig, you know what also works with beer? When your bottle's empty, open another one. That is what you can also do. When you finish your bottle of beer, you just open another one. You don't have to pay the stupid amount of money.
Analytics. You don't get the ability to analyze and look at the stats over the years of
the more beer, the more beers you drink, the less those stats matter. Did you tell us? Did you tell us how much you spent on this?
Let me put it down again. Eh?
Did you tell us how much you spent on this?
Every place has a gadget. Yeah, I'm definitely a gadget man. No, I didn't. It's more than 20 quid and quite a lot more.
Right. Because I've also had another message from somebody else that has mentioned that it's probably not a flashlight at the bottom. It's more than likely a flashlight.
A flashlight, yeah. I wish it was. Yeah. That would be the ultimate device.
It's just replenishing the liquids. You're just replenishing the liquids. You're replenishing the liquids that you're losing. Right. Okay. Moving on, we've got some score updates. Get out of here with your stupid little glow-in-the-dark bottle.
Could I?
Where there's a will, there's a way, Steve. Any hole's a goal. Right, so the Mustangs fumbled a punt, and the Rams had the ball on the 5-yard line, and this was after the Rams went up 22-0. Right. Now, I'm just refreshing because I've got some more updates that I need to give to you guys. So we have got the end of the first quarter now in the Rams-Mustangs game, and that is 22-0. So Scunthorpe went 4 and out. Their kicker had a snafu, is what we were told. And Lincolnshire took over on the 4-yard line. And the Hornets have scored. The running back, I think Hilton, has powered in. Extra point, no good. So the Hornets now lead the Saints 6-0.
Okay. Cool. I've got that. Have we got any others? Anyone? So we haven't got scores for. Let me just read those out and see if people can help. Warhawks, Bobcats, we don't have a score for. Gladiators, Cats, no score. Storm, Black Knights, no score. Stallions, Blitz B, no score.
We've been asked for Stallions updates and Kent update, and we have neither at the moment.
No, Kent, yeah. And then the other games, and then Spartans, Thunderbolts. So, guys, have you got any scores from any of those? Look Jordan. He should come on here and co-host. You can smash his phone again.
Stop. So Grant has just. Grant's just said that your flashlight.
Tells how much you deposit. Yeah.
And we're into quarter 2 there, and pray for Donny because they're down 30-0.
Oh mate! Every time I try to update the scores, another one comes in.
Yeah.
30-0. Donny, where is it?
Yeah. So the Rams have piled on the pressure with another 8-point score. Rams now lead 30-0. So, pray for Donny. Well, at least they're definitely going to get home in time to watch the football.
Yeah, running clock.
Yeah. It's coming.
Yeah.
So the Eagles have
Everyone's
scored.
high-fiving each other when they get to running clock. Both sides of the field.
We've got some more updates. So Eagles have scored. They're up 6-0 over the Cardinals. So the PAT is no good. We've also got the Birmingham Bulls have scored as well. So Callum with the 4th down touchdown pass. Whoo, that's some bollocks. Going for it on 4th. Touchdown pass for 6, then follows it up with a 2-point pass to their captain Tom for a 22-0 lead for the Birmingham Bulls.
Well done. Right, so I've updated those on the ticker. I'm gonna make an absolute mess of all this.
I think you are. So we got Grant giving us the OVE score there, and also
Thanks,
Dave
Grant.
Francis. Dave Francis has also given us the OVE update with the hashtag Gameday Live as well.
Yeah. He asked me earlier how the best do it. I said use hashtag Gameday Live, and he did.
So,
good man.
Thanks very much, Dave. Much appreciate that. And now we get to the lull where we end up talking bollocks again because we've got no updates and
Yeah, it's good
No one
fun,
else
though,
has
isn't
asked for anything.
Why don't we do an Ask Me Anything? Guys,
Oh, no, we're not doing an AMA.
yeah.
AMA.
AMA. Let's do an
AMA.
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 Oh,
AMA.
you got water as well. Do you know what? If you had one of these bottles, you'd know
I'd have more
exactly
money
how much
than
of that you drank.
if I had one of those bottles. I'd sell it to you, so I'd actually have money to buy dinner.
Right, what other games are there? I just want to make sure I've got these all updated. Oh yeah, that's Saints.
So we got an update from the Colchester Gladiators. So the Cats have taken the lead, but they've missed the kick, so it's 6-0 in the
6-0.
second. The Bombers have gone 4 and out. So Scunthorpe takes over on their own 23-yard line.
Okay.
And a promising Saints drive is brought to a stop by an interception. So the Hornets take over at their own 20-yard line.
So the only score in all that was the Cats 6-0.
Yeah. So we've got and we've also got. Looks like Donny is in trouble because Doncaster are playing Yorkshire. Sorry, Lou. And they've literally just taken over the ball and they've been sacked, as the Rams have let us know with a lovely little GIF
I'm just
telling us
watching that
about
now.
it.
Yeah, I love all this. People are raising their game on Twitter. We need to sort of maybe share some of this stuff.
Oxford Saints Twitter team is amazing. Like hashtag Gameday Live on everything.
Yeah.
The Yorkshire Rams media team is great. They were really strong last week as well, keeping us updated on the delays and everything. So big fan of them. They've got their own little videos. They've got GIFs that they put out. So it's absolutely great. And then the Bombers are quite active as well. So big shout out to those three teams in particular. If you guys are supporters of teams and you know you've got a Twitter account, make sure that team's using it, man. We can use it to
volunteer for them.
Yeah, that's another one. Okay. Here's a topic.
I don't think the UKFL will get off the ground. Whoa, hold on, audio's all gone. Can you hear me? Hold on. Oh man.
Oh no.
Oh, I got you. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's my bad. I knocked my microphone plug. That was all me. Sorry guys, I'm technologically inept.
Sorry guys, I'm technology.
Yeah, I am technology.
What were we talking about? The UKFL? Yeah, I don't think it will get off the ground.
Steve has very.
I like the stuff I just despair of it. Like the roadmap they just released. It didn't say anything they hadn't already talked about. They keep thanking everyone for liking them and stuff, and they've got no announcements on who's putting money into it. They're asking for crowdfunding, which is always a bad sign. They also are mentioning that if you by crowdfunding you become an investor. You're not an investor. You're just someone that's throwing money at them in the hope that it works. An investor will get dividends and own shares. It just is a mess. It's a mess. I just don't think any team will end up in it. Yeah, that's my honest view. I mean, I think we talked about it last week. It's something that everyone wants to happen, right? Like we definitely want. It's not a bad thing that other leagues exist in the UK as well, apart from the one, aside from the one that Baffert owns. That's cool. It's cool that this one they're going straight for pro. It may end up being launched as just semi-pro. Who knows? But so I've got nothing against like the idea of it. I just think the people or main person in charge of it just is a snake oil salesman.
So moving on, we got some more updates. We got some more updates. I can't comment because I don't know the guy. Don't know anything about him.
Mate, it's jokes.
So we got an update from the Saints. So Hornets have fumbled the ball, giving the Saints the ball back. And then Ouse Valley have scored again. So they're up 12-0 over the Cardinals in the second quarter with the PAT no good. So that is the updates that we've got for you.
I just want
to. Chris has piped up. Chris has piped up and said it's great for the Nottingham Raiders as they're going to be playing hashtag Play for Donny next week.
Well, that's proper like shittiness, isn't it? Like shithouse behaviour. Yeah, brilliant. We love it, Chris. Keep.
Yeah. Thank God they're terrible.
They're getting smashed, and we're playing them next week. That's quality.
So the Bombers have given us an update that Scunthorpe's gone 4 and out, and the Bombers are going to restart on their own 28-yard line. Grant wants to know hypothetically who could join.
They said there's going to be 8 new teams. They're not going to take British teams. But right. So ignoring that. So let's say they,
which cities could they essentially?
Well, it'll just be major cities, but yeah, if it was Britball teams and they were looking at 8, you just take the cream, right? All the best 8-run teams.
You take the Blitz. You take the Blitz, the Warriors, the Phoenix, the Titans.
Yeah, definitely the Titans.
You'd have to take a team from Scotland because you'd still want to try corner that market.
The Wolves probably from Scotland.
Yeah.
Leeds, Carnegie. You want to think
the university.
The best. No, well, Carnegie is university plus a load of youth teams as well, and at some point they'll probably create a senior team. So structure-wise, they're a very well built out organisation. I can't really think of anyone else at the moment that.
Rams have scored again on a 41-yard bomb and now lead 36-0. Pray for Donny.
It's getting worse.
Saints can't punch it in after that fumble turnover, so they turn over the ball on downs.
So sorry, it's 36-0, and that's pre-PAT, I'm guessing.
That is pre-PAT, what we've been told.
Okay. I just wanted to talk about. They'll bring this one up. We said about the AMA, and Jack's jumped on it and said, "Could you do a running total of missed field goals and XPs? Be good for a drinking game." So just quickly, that's a request, not a question. So we want you to ask us stuff, not tell us to do stuff. So no, Jack.
No, because he has asked because he's put a question mark in it. So
but you're giving me work. I don't want to be given work. Like I'm not doing stuff.
It said the premise of an ask me anything is ask me anything, and he has asked.
It's not ask me to do anything. It's not ask me to do it. It's just ask me about anything. Just ask me stuff.
No, because otherwise it's not an AMS. It's not ask me stuff. It is ask me anything.
Well, you go on Reddit and you go to your next AMA and you say, "Oh, could you take your top off and put another one on, please, even though we can't see you?" And see what you get. See what they say. They're like, "Nah, I don't have to do.
Have you ever actually filled out an AMA on Reddit?
Yeah,
because I haven't.
Oh, I've attended one.
Why?
Because I wanted to hear what the person said.
Oh, did you ask them to change their shirt?
No, because it was an AMA and you can't do that. It goes against the rules.
You could have. They were on live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What are we on?
Yeah, you're getting away from the point. Ask me any. It's going to be ask me any questions that I can answer right now.
Right. So okay.
Well, the answer
to this is no. So there you go.
Yeah.
He has asked you anything, and you've answered it.
Yeah, but I'm trying to explain. All the time you ask for stuff to be done, and you give me work to do, you'll be told no.
So the Rams, the two
PAT. I've got to make sure I stay hydrated with my smart ball.
Is it coming home?
No, I don't think England are going to win. I want England to win. I love England. I love football. I want England to win a major championship in my lifetime. All those good things. I'll be cheering them on massively tonight with my mates. I'm driving down to Portsmouth after this to spend it with my mates. I think Italy are going to win. like heart massively says England, but yeah, I can't see us beating the Italians. So that's my answer. Oz, what do you think as an impartial?
I don't know because I haven't watched enough of soccer to know if either team is. I'm assuming they're both good because they're in the final.
Mate, yeah.
So I'm just looking. I'm on William Hill at the moment, so I'm just looking at bookies odds.
Right.
And they've got England as the favourites, so it's 6/4 for England and 9/4 for Italy. So I guess the bookie. I'm assuming though because they're probably a UK bookie, so it could be a little bit sort of depressed odds for home team. But I don't know. I mean, there's a couple of things. So I was talking to a mate about this. Like I personally think England has some of the worst sporting fans ever.
Right.
Like the English supporters are some of the most unsportsmanlike worst supporters that I've ever witnessed in my life.
Yeah, they've been showing themselves up badly in this tournament.
Oh, it's like I remember back from the Euros when it was actually in France, like 4 years ago, and it was like you saw English fans were like fighting in the streets with other countries, and then it skipped to like Northern Ireland, and they were just like standing in a group singing about how Will Grigg was on fire. Like it was just this massive polarizing dichotomy. So I think English supporters as a whole are awful. But and then I saw another thing. I don't know if it's bollocks or not, but I saw another thing someone posted about like how when England lose, domestic violence stats go up like 30% or something because apparently all English men just get hammered and beat their wives because England lost or something. I don't know if that's true.
Well, it's either way. So if there's an England game that domestic violence increases and it's only worse, it's more severe if England lose. Even if England win, even if England win, domestic violence goes up.
That just cements my fact that England supporters are shit.
Yeah,
like why are you beating
you're clearly
beating your
stereotyping there. But mate, when I see the stuff on telly of all like the English gammons, like these big fat bold blokes with fucking England flag on their tattooed onto their face, and and then you see them like you say fighting in the streets and lobbing chairs after we've won a game, and you're like, what the hell? Like, I get really frustrated with that. I've never liked it.
I would like England to. I don't know. I've got money on England to win. Like I put money on England to win, so I'd like them to win for that. But I've just looked, and the odds that I got England to win at are the exact same odds that Italy was to win. So I might just chuck the same bet on. Because it was like 9-4 for other ones, I might just chuck a $5 on Italy and then just cover myself. So
you end up with the same money.
No, because they were both. One was a free bet from Paddy Power, and the other one, and I've got a free bet from William Hill, so I might just spunk it on that and make sure I just come out on top. By the way, just cover myself.
What do they call that? Matched betting. That's called.
Oh, is that what that is?
Use a deal. Yeah. There's actually companies that actually help you do it like week on week.
Oh, I did it with the NFL draft. I did it with the NFL draft where at the time there was so much noise about who was going to go top 3. So whether it was going to be Trey Lance, Justin Fields, or Mac Jones, who was going to go 3rd overall to the 49ers. And every time there was a pro day, whoever's pro day it was, jumped to the favorite, and then the odds on the other two were really just ballooned. So every time there was a pro day, I would bet on one of the other two, and I did it. And I dropped a couple of quid here and there, and I ended up making about 13, 14 quid total from from £1 bets. Right, we've got some updates. So Lincolnshire have gone 4 and out. And again, and the Bombers social media team is getting tired of typing this apparently. Scunthorpe take over at their own 17-yard line.
Still eight nothing on that game, right?
Yeah, that's what we've been told. And we've got Birmingham Bulls. So we've got the Bulls are knocking on the yard from 10 yards out, but there's an injury timeout for an injured Hereford player currently.
Okay.
We got update from the Spartans game. So after conceding a safety, the Spartans have answered back with 3 rushing touchdowns in double the time. It's now 20-2. So the Spartans are leading 20-2 over the Thunderbolts.
But the Thunderbolts went 2-0 up.
Yeah, with a safety.
Well, that's their first ever points.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So Matt wants us to solve the 2021 league problem in one minute.
I want to go back to what Grant said first. He said about Italy training at the Spurs facility and nobody wins there. But it doesn't matter if you win in training, Grant. You've got to win. You've got to win the actual game. Yeah.
And also, didn't the NFL teams play at the Spurs facility at some point?
Yeah.
Right, so Matt wants us to solve the 2021 league problem in 1 minute.
Yeah, I mean, we posted loads of content about this week, and it's been interesting. I think I've been quite concise so I wrote all of the posts, right? Pretty much. Just before
you go on with that, Russell's asked if we've got any updates on the Hornets Saints. Yes, it's 6-0 to the Hornets currently.
Yeah. And what I found was that the post sort of blew up a little bit, and as they got more and more popular, what I found was that people were like misconstruing what we'd said, and then like trying to attack us about it, and it was weird.
Attack you.
Yeah, attack. Well, a gridiron hub. I don't really take it as a personal attack. And it just was really odd. You're welcome, Russell. I found it really odd that and one of the things I noticed was that they're typically the people that were complaining the most were people that are involved in games that have been forfeited or postponed. But I never made that point. I don't want to be petty. I'm just trying to get people away from this, like focus on what the issue is. For me, the issue is, or the way that it's resolved is moving it to friendlies, refunding everyone their fees back, and so everyone just arranges games as they can and as they want to, and you pick who you play against and when you play them, and it will take a lot of this fuss away. Trying to put it in a formalized league. With opening the record books to have official games, whether you consider them friendlies or competitive or not, they're still official games. Hasn't worked out, and I think it's interesting because I think it was the right decision. They made the right decisions at the right time. I think it was the right decision to start league, see how it went. You couldn't have predicted this, the massive spike in COVID cases in the UK impacting people the way they had. You could probably have predicted the fact that some of the Div 2 or Div 1 teams didn't want to play more superior opponents, which we saw, which we had evidence of with the Manchester Titans and the Houghton Spartans this week. And that was funny. People saying, "Oh, we're trying to shame people." I was like, I never said anything to shame anyone. I just presented information as I want to just keep providing examples of stuff as they come up. And I wanted to say thanks to the Oxford Saints for actually coming to me and saying, "Look, this is our actual conundrum. We've got this issue." Solve it in a minute.
Can't do it.
Refund everyone. Stop the leagues as they are. Turn everything to friendlies for the rest of the season. That's
Structured scrimmages.
It's a really simple thing. It's a difficult decision to make, but it's not a complex thing to solve.
Right, got a couple updates. So the Birmingham Bulls have mentioned it's feeding time. Gibbo smashes in from a yard out. 2-pointer no good, so we lead 28-0. I've already updated the ticker for that. And we've got another one from the Hornets Saints game. So the Hornets field goal is no good, but roughing the kicker penalty means that the Hornets keep the ball in the red zone.
So just to answer Lou on this, Lou's popped up and said, "Do you not think people would complain as much, if not more, if there weren't any games this season?" Well, I'm saying there will be games. It's just friendlies. Or if your question is if BAFA hadn't put together a structured league, people would
100%.
probably complain about it.
People were complaining about it last year when we were in the balls of the pandemic. People were complaining about it.
Yeah, but BAFA can and fine, but I think that's the ethical thing to do as well, rather than from mismatching teams and also putting teams in a position where they've got to make a decision as to whether they play or not in a game that's been defined for them. I don't think this situation is better than the situation as if it was all friendlies. You're going to get people complaining each way. You always will. If you look at the Irish leagues at the moment, that's exactly what they're doing. And that's exactly how they've managed it.
So Craig's mentioned this. I did see Darren's comment, and I'm gonna bring it up because I did want to talk about that.
I didn't read it.
I can't put the input in. So we've got Darren's question here is, I know it's a slightly different game now, but how would any of the old school teams compete against the modern teams as London Ravens from '86 versus London Warriors from today? I know nothing about. I didn't even know there was a London Ravens team, so I can't comment on this.
I can't answer it. I don't know. And you get this constantly in any sport, right? Like, would Muhammad Ali have beaten Mike Tyson and, in their prime? And the 99 Manchester United team, would they have beat the 1976 one? Like, it's just all conjecture. So
this is quite poignant because it's become a bit of a talking point in the NFL side of things, because recently Jerry Rice came out in the last couple of days and said that if he was playing in today's league, he would essentially double his numbers. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, Jerry Rice, his numbers are so far and away past anybody else's anyway. Like, granted, he was apparently playing with Stickham at the time as well, but he is so far and away ahead of anybody else in terms of catches, yards, everything. Like, he is just the undisputable. Has the best stats for a wide receiver. Bo Jackson also came out not recently, I think it was previously, and he said that if he was playing in today's game, that he would have run for sort of 250, 300 yards in every single game. Now, again, Bo Jackson was just an absolute animal. He was just a freak. But I think he would have broken in today's game as well, as he did back then.
See, I think. Sorry, I was go on. Continue. Sorry, mate.
The other thing I was going to say is, so one thing that always sticks with me is Dan Marino. So Dan Marino threw for 5,000 yards in the mid '80s. Back when if you threw for 4,000 yards, it was an achievement. Marino threw for 5. Like, I think Marino, if playing in today's game, would throw for 6,000 yards easily because of the style of play that he did. Like, he was just so far ahead of his time. Like, I think I was looking at this the other day. I think there's been like 12 or 13 5,000 yard seasons, like, ever. Marino has one. He had it in '84. Drew Brees has got like 5 of them, I want to say, and he played with terrible defenses each time he had them with the Saints. Stafford's got one. Roethlisberger's got one. Peyton's got one. I think Brady may have one, and Mahomes has one, if I remember rightly. I think that's around about it. I'd have to confirm it. But the fact that all of those have come sort of like from like 2009 onwards, essentially. And there's just this massive outlier season of Dan Marino going out and doing it in the 80s when people were throwing for 3,000. Like, that's essentially, you look at the same way that Dak was doing it last year with the pace that he was on before he got injured, where he was on pace for throwing 7,000 yards. So it's insane.
So my point I wanted to say, one is that it's very like the comparison between NFL teams and Britball teams, in the same light. I'm not saying Britball versus NFL, but an older Britball team and a more modern one. And the same in the NFL have got the luxury of years and years of footage and stats and all that sort of stuff. We don't have that for Britball. We got some stuff. That's one thing. But also at the NFL level, that elite level, I would say that a modern day athlete is much better conditioned. Looks after themselves, can lift more weight, can run faster, can probably hit harder, and perform better than an older athlete. Than an older athlete in their prime, just through advances of sports science, and So
I was going to say, I feel like the London Warriors today would beat the pants off the '86 Ravens for the fact that the '86 Ravens are probably mostly in their 60s now. So it wouldn't be a fair game.
The Ravens, they famously went sort of undefeated for a long stretch. I played with Joe St. Louis, who was a running back. He was like there was 2 like star running backs for the Ravens, and I played with him at the Knights. Tremendous player, and he used to tell me a bit about what it was like back then, and it's like you're comparing different things. The other thing that was what existed back then was there was a lot more money around the game. There was a hell of a lot more American imports and Canadians playing, so you had a higher standard of football in general. But then you also had tons of teams. There was like 3 times the amount of teams that we've got now. So resources were still sort of spread around.
That bit boggles my mind in a way, and for the fact that there were so many teams back then. Because if you think about it, the NFL has never had like the international presence that it has now. Like, you think about like with the London Games, with the International Pathway Program, with everything, like the sport of football, like, is now at its most global peak. But it was back in the '80s when it was at biggest in Britain, which just blows my mind.
Well, and Darren's put this point up about Ravens going 50 regular season games and 2 championships unbeaten. I've got a feeling that the O's did better than that. I don't have the stats in front of me, but I remember the O's won 9 championships in a row, and I'm fairly sure they were undefeated for those seasons. And on the 10th one, the Farnham Knights beat them. And then they won their 10th one the year after. Because I remember when the O's folded, a load of their players came to us and they had 10 championship rings all put into one with all the different years around the edge. And obviously the years weren't consecutive because there was a gap in it because the year the Knights had beat them. So I used to tease them about it. So I've got a feeling that stat that you've provided there, Darren, may actually have been shadowed and superseded by the London O's.
Right, we got some score updates. So the Spartans have scored, taking a 50-yard TD to the house, so they're up 26-2 over the Thunderbolts. The Bombers, ding, 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 you guessed it. They win another 4 and out, and the Scunthorpe punt on their takeover on the 38. Yeah, the Scunthorpe.
The Scunthorpe punts.
Yeah. No, and they take over on their 38-yard line, and the Hornets have
8-0 still there.
Yeah, still 8-0, and the Hornets have powered in for a touchdown. Extra point blocked, 12-0 to the Hornets. I've already updated that one for you. Don't worry. And the Bombers have gone 4 and out again, so we've got another 4 and out in that game. And Scunthorpe takes over on their 30-yard line.
Do they not mean 3 and out? They're
No. They're going 4 and out. They're trying for it on 4th.
Oh, so no punting.
No punting. So
they're just giving up field position every time they do that.
But I think so. Obviously, if Scunthorpe's starting on their own 30-yard line, you're not going to punt that. But I'm assuming you can't kick you haven't got the ability to be able to kick a 47-yard field goal.
Yeah, so you're giving the ball up. You're giving the ball up in your territory, right? Like you're not.
No. So Lincolnshire has the ball in Scunthorpe territory, and they're going for it on 4th when they're only 30 yards out.
Right, gotcha. Sorry, I had it the other way around. In terms of field position.
So we had a couple of other comments. So Grant mentioned that the Caesars cancelled their train today, would have had a moral decision to make if a game as 2 players have both had positive COVID tests, handful of close contacts. We think we're NHS mobile apps and bags too close on the sideline last week.
Yeah, that's another thing is like the track and trace thing. There's questionable things about how that works. But here's a question for you, Oz, and maybe Grant and those watching. How many players do you have to have impacted to actually call a game? To say, look, we can't play this game? Because Grant's suggesting there too. He's saying he would have had to have made a decision at 2. He's not saying that.
Yeah. Depends on the position they play. So, like, I would say if you're losing starting O-line, right? Let's say you have 2 starting O-line go out and you've got no one else that can play. That's a big one. Because that then becomes a fact if you're just going to put somebody in to get killed. It's kind of like playing a rugby game with no front row. Like it's just you end up having old person scrums, golden oldies. So I think there is. I think you've probably got a field still have at least a squad of 20. I would say so you can have one, 22. Sorry, so you can have 1 offense, 1 defense. Like when you start getting lower than that, and you've got people running Iron Man. Gets a little bit difficult. So I would say, yeah. But also once you start getting into sort of the 3-4 people out, you've got to start wondering about more close contacts because, you're all training together, everything like that. Yeah,
that's the other thing is like there's the social or the medical responsibility of it, which makes sense.
Because you mentioned the bags. So obviously there's the iffy part for the bags, but most people don't have their phone on them when they're training.
No, exactly.
So if the bags are too close on the side, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. If your bags are too close on the sideline and you get a close contact because of that, then that's a little bit, up in the air. But on the field, if you're physically blocking someone or you're running a drill with someone and they have a positive test come back, but you haven't got your phone on you, they haven't got their phone on them. There's no way to know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what Grant's just said is exactly it. The issue today was not actively encouraging people to attend who may have been close contacts. That's it. You don't know who has and who hasn't.
See, that's a smart. I think that's a smart club decision.
It's a very smart way. Big.
I know. Like you want to play, you want to train. People want to get value for money because they're paying subs and all that. But like, I think given the situation and what's happening, teams just dropping like flies, like that's a clever decision. For the women leagues, there's minimum player numbers. Yeah,
and they played a team that didn't tell them they had positive tests in the game, and they only just saw through social. That's
hard to judge close contact. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, impossible.
Why would you have your Bluetooth on or even your phone on?
I have my Bluetooth on 24/7.
Yeah, my Bluetooth stays on. I'll switch it off when the battery gets low, but
no.
I never turn my phone off. And my phone stays on. I never turn that off.
I like being tracked by the government. I want them to know exactly where I am.
What are they going to do?
Everything I'm doing.
They're going to do me.
I'm not that interesting. They
can see some sweet memes on my phone.
What are they going to do? Just get like, are they going to hack the camera on my phone and just see me beaten off 4 times a day? Like, it's just
But not wanting
it
to
doesn't
get
matter.
pinged. Oh, people are turning their. God, I didn't even think about this. People turning their phones off to not want to get pinged.
Yep.
Well, why have the app?
I think I get it, but at the same time, I think that's kind of irresponsible because it's not just yourself that you owe. It's not just yourself that you owe it to; it's the other people.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, Aaron didn't even think of that, mate.
So quarter one has ended between the Bulls and I'm blanking on who they're playing.
Go on,
help me, Hereford, the Stampede.
Yeah, the Stampede. Yeah.
So the Bulls and the Stampede. So the Bulls are up 28-0 at the end of the first quarter. End of the first quarter in the Spartans Thunderbolts game, the Spartans are up 34-2. So after a nervy start, giving away a safety, the offense bit back hard, scoring 34 unanswered points.
What's that? Quarter one ended.
End of quarter one.
Right, so they're Q2 now, right?
So Birmingham Bulls have picked off the ball on the 6-inch line, but it was awarded as a touchback.
Did you read that properly? 6-inch.
6-inch line.
Hilarious. Well, is that marked? Is that an official mark of?
I think the guy just put his dick on the line and just called it what he saw. The Ipswich Cardinals, Ouse Valley game. Ouse Valley have scored. No, sorry, the Cardinals have scored. It's 12-6. Ouse Valley over the Cardinals. Second quarter PAT, no good. So we got 12-6 in the Cardinals Ouse Valley game. We've got another 4 and out in the Lincolnshire Bombers Scunthorpe
Bombers
game.
just got a first down. Have you seen that post?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Good.
So the Alphas went 4 and out again, and the Bombers took over on their 36-yard line, and then they've got a first down finally for the Bombers. We've got a punt block at the beginning of the second quarter there for the Bulls and Stampede. So there's a punt block and recovery. It's all happening. Keep it coming, guys. Keep the content coming.
Love it.
So you'd
yeah, I'm not saying that. I don't know. Did you say something about numbers?
I did. I said like you because you asked, and I said 22 because I was just thinking how many people do you need to play? That would be like essentially that is the bare skeleton minimum. I would not expect a team to play with 22 players. But if you couldn't field 22, then you can't play. Like that's all there is to it. Straight off the bat, I would be cancelling a game with anything less than 22. But I would say you'd probably want 30 because you need to be able to account for injuries during the game. People get injured. It's a contact sport. If you go in with 22 players, the moment you get one injury, you're down below that 11 players required for each way. So no, Craig, I probably didn't explain myself. I would not expect a team with 22 players to play. I say you'd probably want a minimum of 30 to be able to play a game. To be honest with you. Grant once played a game of Div 14 once, Div 2 Uniball. That's not really a real sport. Like Div 2 Uniball is kind of just dudes running around with pads and helmets trying to do stuff.
Yeah, game's a game.
I just want to see if we've missed any other comments.
Ouse Valley 12-6. Have we got that one?
Yeah, I said that.
I've just not got it on my... sorry, I've just not updated it on...
Yeah, in a season where forfeit means your club is out of the league, you would turn up with 22. More than likely, but in this season, when it doesn't mean that and you get a freebie, you would definitely forfeit with 22. So Russell mentioned back in the day he played against the Essex Sabres, who regularly had 18 players at every game and were still tough to beat. Go on the Sabres. That's all I can say. Like I would probably die. I'm very unfit, as you can see. So the Yorkshire game is back underway. So I'm assuming that they've come out of the half. We didn't really get. Yeah, it looks like the Yorkshire game was a little bit of a hiatus, so they're back underway now as well, and that score is heavily in the Rams game. In the Rams' favour.
So
they're up 36-0.
They're running clock time, right? Hold on, there was a post further back. Oh, I can't find it. There's one I wanted to bring up. Oh yeah, Darren talking about Victor. Was a running back. Yeah. I knew the name. I knew the other running back. It was Joe and Victor. I just didn't mention his name. He played for the Warriors. I played against Victor when he played for the Warriors. And the guy's he's just muscle. He's just pure muscle. He's unbelievable. And I think he's the only player. He was the only player to score, a British player to score a touchdown, or the first player to score a touchdown in the World League. So there you go. Fantastic.
So we've got an update. The Bombers. It's now inside the 2-minute warning there at Scunthorpe. Thank you, Dave. We've got the OVE Cardinals halftime score there, 12-6.
Yes, Dave. Yeah, I've got that one.
Let's see if we got any more. There was more stuff. People had things on the AMEA ask. Brain's not working.
Was there another one? I didn't see another one.
No, see, I thought there was, but maybe I'm wrong. Right, so the Bulls, another short yardage TD. Incomplete 2-point pass. So the lead is now 34-0 over Hereford. So the Bulls are up 34-0 over the Stampede now. That's going to be a running clock very soon, if not already. So Bulls are making the trip back from.
Which games have we got? Have we had no? Because some games we only get half time.
What is the running clock ruling? I thought it was 40.
35 points, but then only in the second half. However, no, actually this year they changed it. So it used to be 35 points if there's a 35-point difference between two teams, then the running clock will kick in, but only in the second half. However, if one of the teams closes that gap under 35 points, then it stops it. This year, what they've said is 35-point gap established any point in the game, it's running clock until the end. However, that's not been the case. Like that hasn't been enforced for some reason.
Right.
But so even if the team came back and closed the gap, it would still stay running clock this year.
It would be a lot harder for you to close it down. Yeah.
Oh, fuck, this one's well easy. The AMA from Grant. I'd take his fucking head off.
Steve wouldn't even be able to step on the fucking pitch. Like Steve needs a set of crutches to get out of bed.
I've been doing Oklahoma since I was 11 years old. I'll take anyone on.
And that explains why Steve has no brain cells.
Yeah. Yeah,
he doesn't work.
What is it? CTE? I've probably got that.
Yeah. Steve does Oklahomas with the fridge when it doesn't give him analytics feedback. So that's why he had to go out and buy a water bottle.
I need to get a smart fridge.
Because he was getting water out of a jug in the fridge, and he was talking to how much have I drank today? How much have I drank? And he was getting nothing.
When do we need milk?
Yeah. So he does his Okies with the fridge. No, I'd crush him.
I back myself in Okies.
I would literally bury him. He's a tiny little man. Steve looks like Wee Man. Steve looks like Wee Man with hair.
My technique alone would send you into the fucking stratosphere.
You mean that technique where you're sent running the wrong way to the ice cream van? Do you mean that technique?
on that play? This has got nothing to do with technique, has it? But on that play, I made the tackle, even regardless of how bad that just shows you how much high hustle on the field.
So much hustle.
We're getting into stuff that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I bury him. Literally ruin his life. Okay, we're on to pray for Stampede. No, mate, I'm just overweight and lazy now. There's no injuries as it stands. Just overweight and lazy.
Is it your left knee? Is that right? Am I guessing that correctly?
Both of them.
Both of them are
a little bit jippoed. Yeah. Right. So we've got pray for the Stampede. So it's not as catchy. It's not as catchy as pray for Donny. I'm not.
No, yeah, pray for Donny just rolls off the tongue. Lovely, doesn't it?
Why you could have gone with pray for Harry, like with the double RY.
Harry. No, that doesn't. Stampy. No.
Yeah, pray for Stampy. I'd take pray for Stampy.
Yeah, pray for Stampy.
Hereford was supposed to be a dark horse. So the Bulls. Is that a Stampede joke about horses? Is that
no? So are the Bulls. No, a dark. Yeah. So are the Bulls that good, or did we buy into the hype too much?
Could be both.
Yeah.
Could be both.
I can't. I'm pretty sure the Stampede were the ones that
hype themselves up.
But when they do it, there was either the Alphas or the Stampedes. I can't remember. One of them were like smashing teams in Stampede on.
No, stamped on.
No, I got it. I was just making up on that. Stamped on, yeah.
Head down, eyes closed, can't lose.
I'm pretty sure the Stampede looked good. I don't know why everyone's going on about me as a player. We need to stop.
Come on, OVE. That's what they're up 6. Yeah, they're up 12-6. Chris there, so they are beating the Cardinals.
I can't remember what I was going to say. I had a point. Oh yeah, the Bulls. So the Bulls, for me, are a team that have got they got a massive, rich history. You know, they were one of the best teams. They're certainly one, if not the longest serving team in the country, existing team in the country, like consecutively, they're up there. So they got this prestige. But then I think some of that, right? So when I used to play rugby, you used to get all these old boys, all these fat old blokes stood on the sideline with a beer in their hand that used to play for the club, and they'd tell you how crap you were. They'd be like, oh, and you'd be like, just fuck off and let me play, like, and everything to them was
I
like,
do that. I do that now. Like
they
whatever
were like the
sport I go
best.
to.
Yeah. So you're in that position.
Oh yeah,
now.
100%.
But when I was a young player,
three years,
when I was
I
like
will have
20,
shaved my head.
When I was like 20 or whatever, and people would do it, I was just saying to them, don't talk to me. Like, it used to annoy me, right? Because I'd be like, it's so easy stood there gobbing off about what I'm doing, right? And I think that the Bulls have got a little bit of that of that pressure. I'm not saying people are out of order to the teams, but I think if you're a modern Bulls player and have been maybe for the past 10 years, you've always had this monkey on your back of the older players going, oh, we expect this more, we expect better from teams. And so first of all, I know maybe it's not related to this, but whenever I think of the Bulls, I always think about that. But then what you see with the Bulls is that they got very high expectations of their team, and their performances tend to fluctuate. So they'll have a good couple of years where they just pound people. And like Oz, the year that we won our championship, the Bulls were the only team to beat us. Which, I mean,
I missed. Shock horror! I missed that game with injury.
Yeah, you were there. No? Me and you. I remember being stood on the sideline with you, and I remember saying to you,
"That was at home.
That was very annoyed of our defensive coordinator.
That was the cover. That was the cover for
squadron cover.
Yeah,
and right before half time, and I said, they're going to score on this drive. Oz, watch, and they were.
We walked it.
90 odd yards. They drove and scored.
Yeah, they ran dives up the middle while we ran cover 4.
Oh, just anyway, like it still haunts me. But that team was good. They had good running backs. They had an amazing centre that I think he was GB at the time, and they were sort of on the up. But then, and the previous season they'd been like undefeated to get to that level, and then they just took a crash. And now it looks like they're probably recovering again. So that's my view on it. Is like I think the history of the Bulls has been in the more recent history is that they've just been like a bit of a yo-yo team, up and down. Obviously, years ago they were just solid for a long time, and I think they're just coming out of a trough and into a peak. That's my view on them.
So Darren, I think Darren has taken offence to you talking about the old fat boys on the sideline in Birmingham. And
I said rugby. I said rugby.
He's not fat. He's pleasantly plump. You can also say festively plump and just say that Christmas is carried over.
I softened it for the comparison to Britball because I think it's different. It's the same concept though. Like there's this pressure from the past. I found the rugby guys annoying.
This is a legitimate story from when I moved up here. So I was playing for Portsmouth at the beginning of 2018, and then the middle of the 2018 season, I moved up here to the north. And so obviously I left the team behind. I went back down for the middle of the season game at home, and I bought I think I bought about 24 beers or something to drink on the sideline, but I got told off. So I had I've got the thing over there. I've got like we call them an esky, but you guys would call them like a cool bag. And I filled it with ice and I put all the beers in it, and it's a backpack. So I put that on my back, but it was still very suspect to me walking around with this backpack 24/7. So I took one of the water bottles and I emptied it and I filled it with beer. So I was walking up and down the sideline with a team water bottle filled with beer. And then when the boys would come off after a drive, I'd be like, water, and it would just be beer. Oh, and some people were very happy. Other people were like, what's going on here? But I think we were only playing like Maidstone or something, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, so that is very true. I do give you a beer during game if you come off the field and need hydration. So Scunthorpe's gone 4 and out, and and so Lincolnshire's restarting on the 35-yard line. I think if we'd made a drinking game out of 4 and outs at the Lincolnshire Scunthorpe game, we would both be your bottle would just be flashing like crazy. Yeah, 100%. So the Spartans have said that the defense have got on the score sheet, so they've blocked a punt for a Spartan score 42-2 over the Thunderbolts. The Kent Exiles are up 3-0 over the Blitz. 48-yard field goal at the end of the first quarter. 48-yard field goal.
So
that's a banger.
So those teams are very evenly matched this year. Oh,
Yeah.
God. And that's now half time, right? I'm just put it as Q3.
No, into the first quarter. Into the first quarter.
Q2 now, right?
Yeah, we're into Q2.
And sorry, what was was it 30? There were 34-2. What was this? What was the update on the Spartans score?
42-2. 42-2. We've got
and
rolling.
They haven't had half time yet, man.
So we've got rolling clock in Yorkshire, the Yorkshire Doncaster game. The Rams have started rotating players. The game now has a rolling clock. Doncaster picked the ball off, but a personal foul sends them back to the Rams 33.
We haven't got anything from Humber Leeds, have we?
We have. No, I put this up before.
Oh, 8-0.
Bobcats. 8-0 at halftime.
Yeah,
I've already updated it.
Yeah, okay. I'll leave you to update those ones. I'll update Facebook. It's easier that way.
Okay, sounds good. So Grant said he's gutted he couldn't get to the Alphas game. The game day food looks pretty solid. If you've got an image that you can share with us, Grant, we'd love to.
Grant loves the Alphas. Grant's going to go and
join the Alphas.
The Alphas, isn't he?
Yeah. It's bugger the Caesars. He's done. And he sent it. He has sent it to us. Have you got the Snap Crackle Pork? Can we find that link?
Yeah, I'll find it, mate.
Facebook.com/Snap Crackle Pork.
Let's check it out.
Get me on that hype. Everybody can tell I love food. So
sounds like it's a hog roast.
So halftime there in Scunthorpe. Scunthorpe 8, Bombers 0. If you remember, actually, from the Bombers game last week, where they had a hiatus due to lightning, their social media guy also had a hiatus because he buggered off to Macca's at halftime and had to give us an update. So he's just said so halftime here in Scunthorpe 8, Bombers 0. I promise to be back in time for the second half kickoff. There's no Macca's in sight, so he's mortified.
Well, I'm going to get the menu up for this organisation for this.
Bring it.
Snap Crackle Pork. So they've got. Let's move that out of the way. So they've got. I thought it was a hog roast thing. So big hot dog for a $5. A smashing it burger, pulled pork, pulled snaps pulled hog. Yeah. And the Alpha stack.
That's what I'm looking at.
At the Alpha game.
Two beef patties smashed. What does that say? Is that smashed?
Smashed on the grill.
Topped with cheese and barbecue pulled pork, squeezed into a toasted brioche bun, but with lettuce, tomatoes. With lettuce, tomatoes, house sauce, and gherkins. Mate, that sounds bloody amazing.
Crinkle cut fries. You can have fries loaded with nacho cheese and spring onion. We can have fries loaded with barbecue pork, nacho cheese, bacon bits. And boys, it's making my mouth water.
Yeah, mate. So we've got another update for anybody who cares about the under-19s. We've got the Stallions. Their under-19s have won 32-6, and the seniors are kicking off at 3:30. So about 5 minutes away from Stallions kickoff.
Okay, cool.
Grant said that they're in his conference, so they're in the Nottingham conference, which is why he's looking to get out to Scunthorpe.
Gotcha. But are you looking to go and play for them? Coach for them.
Coach for them. So Hereford get on the board with a jet sweep from number 3 after a long kick return and a penalty against the Bulls. 34-6 in quarter 2. Let's go Stampy. # long live Stampy.
Sorry.
34-6. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Just weren't expecting it? Weren't ready for it?
34-6.
34-6.
Stampy, yeah. I was looking at the wrong.
Yeah, 34-6 to non-Stampy.
And we've got to Birmingham.
Wait, no, it's Stampy and non-Stampy. That's where we're at.
You're either the Stampede or you're not. That's how it works when you play them.
Yeah, you're either part of the Stampede or in front of it.
Yeah. So Stallions about to kick off. Storm Black Knights. Any word on that from anyone?
Got nothing so far.
Shame. That's the only game we don't have a score for. Everything else, I know Wembley we don't have, but that's not kicked off. Every other game we've got stuff coming in for, so it'd be good if we got something from there. It may be one that we just get an update from halftime. I might start diving into Facebook and seeing if they're doing Facebook updates on those teams.
Would be good. It would be good.
Paul's letting them have one to keep the clock right.
Don't you do Stampy like that?
That's funny. Right. I wanted to. So I've got this thing to share.
Okay.
and this is quite cool because I had another meeting with that mobile developer company that are doing a mobile game for American football. So it's like Championship Manager, fantasy football, like merged into one. And the reason I chose, I don't like partnering with people with Gridiron Hub and sponsors and stuff because it gives me something to do that I just want to get on and do stuff, right? So I don't care about someone giving me money, and these guys aren't giving us any money. But what they try to do is like heavily involve us in what they're doing because they like what we do, right? But what they want to try and do is put money into Britball through different different initiatives. I can't say too much about that. But what I can talk to you about is and show you a video of is the actual game or like a promo video. So let me just get that up. And sorry, you probably can hear that. Let me get that up on screen.
I can't hear a
and
thing.
show that because I'm quite interested in hearing your take on this because you're well into your fantasy football and stuff, aren't you? And I want to know if this type of a game, I'm going to move my mic down so we can pick up the audio. If this type of a game would appeal to you. So let me move that down there. That should pick it up. Share my screen. This is only it's like 20 seconds, right? So it's not like a big long thing.
Jesus Christ. Sold out. You.
Hey?
Create your own franchise. Sign top players and coaches. Manage your tactics. Develop your facilities. Play live games in league and tournaments. Join our community today.
Right.
So, give me your instant reaction to conceptually to that stuff.
Can you play it again?
Yeah. Hold on. I need to sort my audio out. Play it again.
And have I got any potential? Am I going to ruin any potential partnerships if I just bag on this thing?
No, I just want to hear your initial reaction. No, like your opinion's your opinion, right? But I like it, and I want to. This is why I wanted to promote it because I think it's a good. I think it's got potential, and I think the mindset of the organisation behind it is to help inject money back into grassroots football. So I just think it's a good thing.
I need you to play it again for me because I don't know if I fully understood what it was.
Go on then.
Create your own franchise. Sign top players and coaches. Manage your tactics. Develop your facilities. Play live games in league and tournaments. Join our community today.
Right. So my assumption is that it's all completely made up in the fact of like it's not affiliated. It's not affiliated with any league or anything like that.
No. So they were going to actually make it an NFL game, but because of the ridiculous licensing costs to the NFL and NFLPA, they were like, they made an executive decision to just support. And this is where this whole supporting grassroots comes from. So you sort of build teams. And then you enter leagues and you play against each other and they've got competitions and all that sort of stuff, and you can see there like the different things that are there, like signing players and coaches and building out facilities, and so that you can grind on the game, and then obviously you actually then go head to head and play against other people, and then there's like regional leaderboards and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's the premise of the game. So the reason I said it's like Championship Manager, I don't think you know. Do you know the game Championship Manager?
I know Football Manager.
Yeah, Football Manager is very similar. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, but I can't remember it. Does Football Manager? Because the main thing to me is no licensing, which I would lose interest very, very quickly.
Would you?
Yeah, my main draw for things like I get pissed off. Like that's why I didn't play Pro Evo Soccer because they were all like apart from Juventus, it was all fake names and fake teams and things like that. Like it used to drive me insane, like playing two games that you guys probably didn't have over here, but Shane Warne Cricket and Jonah Lomu Rugby on the old PlayStation 1 back in the...
We had the rugby. We had the rugby.
Yeah, so it was both made by Codemasters, a UK company, but you had Jonah Lomu Rugby and Shane Warne Cricket. Jonah Lomu Rugby had licensing, and it was amazing. Shane Warne Cricket had no licensing, and so it had to... like the only license they had was for the Australian team. They didn't have licenses for any of the other teams. So you'd be sitting there and you'd be versing like I think like players like English players from that era, like the late '90s, were like it was just called Gooch or something instead of like Graham Gooch and things like that. Like it was but that's it drove me insane.
This isn't trying to be an NFL, like a faux NFL. This is focused on the sport and leagues around it, fake leagues around it. So it's not trying to be an NFL ripoff. It's just it's its own game in its own right. Well,
I don't know. I don't like mobile games though. I'm not a big fan of like. To me, it's like if I wanted to do this, I'd probably just play Madden. Like.
But no, I think it's different to Madden. You play the game in Madden. You don't play the game here. Like the game lasts about.
It says you can. It says you can.
But the game is like you're watching the game be played out and the stats coming out of it and scoring. It's not you controlling the players and stuff. You just set up the strategies and all that, and then see how it plays out. But I reckon. So it's quite interesting that I didn't think that would be your reaction, but I reckon. Because we'll get early access to this, right? That's what I was going to go on and talk about. I want to get you to try and play this, and I want to see because I'm quite keen to hear your take.
I'm happy to. Like I'm not like I said, I'm not really
going to do that.
I'm not really a big fan of mobile games, just because.
Hey, maybe this will change it. That your worldview. Maybe you'll just be sitting on the bus like that, just fucking. But so
on the bus, excuse you.
Just made it up. Well, you don't use a bus.
No, I don't.
Oh,
I wouldn't use a bus in Bradford. Are you kidding me? I don't know what I'd catch.
Well, I've got it here. So the guys that are running it, they've got this Facebook page here, which is they've got their main page, but they've also got this community page. And if you're in the community page, what they're saying is like anyone that joins the community page now is going to be eligible to get involved with testing. Like early releases of it and get feedback to it and talk to them about it. And they basically said to us, like, so that video I just showed is exclusive to us today. Like no one else has got it yet. But yeah, so everyone got to see that for the first time. But yeah, I want to encourage people to go if obviously if they're interested in getting involved in the early stages of the game and giving ideas and sharing with being part of like the growth of it. Join this community page. I'll probably share it on Facebook in the week, or maybe even today. But definitely, they're a good group. They're based in Sweden. They're initially launching the game in the UK and Sweden. Like I said, like they got their heart in the right place. This company, and I'm like pleased to sort of talk about them and see what they're doing. I hope this is like a smash hit for them, and they can start like putting a lot of money back into different countries and different grassroots organizations. It's just it aligned nicely with what we're trying to do as an organization, and that's why I thought I'd jump on them. But I definitely want to get you involved in what we'll do is we'll create like a Gridiron Hub League or whatever when it starts.
Oh god, of course we will.
Yeah, of course we will. Anyway, yeah.
So we got some score updates. We got some score updates. So the Cardinals have scored. Ipswich in the Hughes Valley Ipswich game. Touchdown to the Cardinals in the third quarter. PAT blocked by the Eagles there, so they're at 12-all. And then, but the blocked PAT, Hughes Valley returned it into the end zone. So it's 14-12.
To the Eagles.
To the Eagles. They're up 14-12.
I said that game would be close.
Two separate tweets there. We've got the it's a tale of two stories. He's like, oh, we've scored, yeah. Oh, but we've had it blocked. Oh, they've taken the block back. So the half of hashtag pray for Donnie. The Rams blocked the Mustangs field goal attempt, returned it for 6. Following the failed conversions, the Rams lead 42-0.
Just trying to see if I can find any more on any of the other feeds I've got, mate.
Spartans are up.
Warhawks at 8-0 up. Oh no, Bobcats.
Bobcats are 8-0 up over the. Yeah, we got that from I think it was Chris who mentioned that to us.
Cool. Who's Chris?
I can't remember. I've got to find the comment, but he was very, very good to let us know that at halftime it was 8-0. So greatly appreciate that. Hang on, what was that from? Oh, no, that was a score prediction. I was going to say, I was like, wait, someone telling me that the Blitz are up 24-10? But no. Sorry, it was Kyle. Apologies, Kyle. Your name is not Chris. It's Kyle. And he told us that the Bobcats were up 8-0.
Your name is not Chris. It's Kyle. just to let you know.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That's all there is to it. I'm really sorry. I don't know where I got Chris from. Have we got anything from we still haven't got anything from, what game was it that we're missing still? Is it the Storm game? Swindon?
Yeah, Storm Black Knights, yeah.
Yeah, and then also the Stallions kicked off 5 minutes ago. And we haven't heard anything on that yet.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, give them a chance, Oz.
Well, they've got a Twitter team, It's got no... Mate, I've been listening... I've been reading about Scunthorpe's 4 and outs all day. So someone can let me know what's happening in the Wembley game.
Check score stream. 14-12, yeah, 36-0, 42-2.
Yeah, we got that. That's the Essex game. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that. Okay, cool. Yeah, everything's up to date. Oh, Hornets? What's the Hornets? Yeah, 12-0.
12-0.
Cool.
Exiles 3, Blitz 0. Yeah, we did hear that. It was a 48-yard field goal. Thanks, Grant. Which is, I'd love to know how that game's going in terms of...
Mate, I think out of all the games that I can see today, that's the one. Like, I know we got it as game of the week, right, for a reason.
He loves it. He absolutely loves it. He comes at 12-9.
I just really want to see. I'd love to be at that game. Like, if I had to pick a game to be at today, that's the one. I think.
Oh no, give me the Scunthorpe Lincolnshire. Give me the 4 and outs.
Yeah,
4 and out. Or actually, as we've just been told, another reason for that, the feed, the pork feed. That's the other reason I want to be at the Scunthorpe Lincolnshire game.
Scope out their lovely ground and everything. And...
Who's got the? That's one thing I want to know. Actually, for people who puts on the best after game feed. Which area?
Area or team? It's got to be team.
Yeah,
who does the best food?
Yeah, just whatever. Like either. What's the best that you've ever had?
When we played either in Las Vegas or in Europe.
Right, so non-Brit Ball. Non-Brit Ball.
We were a Brit Ball team.
Yeah, but it wasn't a Brit Ball team putting the feed on.
Yeah, the best Brit Ball
Yeah, see, I've got nothing really special coming to mind either. Most of ours have just been
like the services on the way home, right?
or barbecues after the game.
I love a barbecue, but typically I can't think of a last team. The Blitz used to do a fantastic barbecue on their home ground.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And it was going all game as well. Like, so if you ever want to watch them, you could go and have some food because sometimes teams just only fire it up at the end of the game.
So the Dreadnoughts used to play out of Havant Rugby Club.
Yeah.
Havant used to put a lot better feeds. So I played rugby for Havant as well, and Havant used to put a lot better feeds on for the rugby team than they did for the Dreadnoughts. Like I had some mad chili, real good curries and stuff there playing rugby for them, but never got it as a.
That's a common thing, isn't it? I played Havant as well, and in rugby in that area, they love just bringing out a big pot of chili for everyone.
Oh yeah,
after a game, it's like a common thing. I don't like chili, so it used to always annoy me.
So we've got an update from the Saints game. End of the third quarter, still 12-0 Hornets. The Hornets are knocking on the door again.
Thank you. Well,
do not answer.
Do you know what? I would love. Yeah, I can see that. I would love Oxford to at least score one. Given the
Iron Man football.
The how rough that game's going to be for them. But you could expect that they as they get tired, they might start conceding a bit more, which is a bit of a shame.
I mean, we're at the end of the third, so there's only 12 minutes left, 15 minutes left. I can't remember how long the quarters are in this game.
15 in the UK.
Yeah.
12 in Europe.
So it's you never know. That could easily still hold on.
And we have 2-minute warnings, which they don't have anywhere other than the NFL.
Well, we've got to make sure.
It's like a hybrid. You might
just got to make sure.
Might as well add a Canadian rule in there and let 12 men play on the field as well.
Oh, mate, CFL's got some banging like that. The kick thing that they do from the, I think it's from the end zone. That thing is crazy.
I don't know. I don't. I never watch it. I've never watched CFL.
Oh, mate, they've got some weird things in CFL.
Well, so the Schneider guys are running a CFL charity game in November that people can sign up for. So they're going to do it at Milton Keynes, and and they're just signing up players now. The reason I know so much about that is that the beneficiary of they do it as a charity game. The beneficiary of it is going to be the Amelie Fund. So they got in contact with it. So I just announced it earlier today actually, but that's going to be fun. They're asking me to get involved with it because obviously I'm Emily's.
The Schneider guys, are they one of the guys does articles for us? Is it?
Yeah. So one of the guys from that group does articles as Frank Schneider.
I was gonna say he is a lippy human being.
Yeah, he's funny, man. He's funny.
I've read a few of his articles and I've sat there and I'm like, who is this geezer?
Yeah, he's funny. He does have a load more. Oh, the Rams half-time scores come up 42-0.
Yeah, 42-0. We've got that. It's running along the bottom.
Sorry, mate. I'm not keeping up with you.
I'm all over it, mate. I'm all over it. Look, have a look on the bottom of the screen, right there. James who? James who?
James fuck himself.
Told you, James is no longer with us.
We're doing all right. We're fast approaching the some full times, which will be cool.
I was going to say most of the games are now into at least halftime.
Yeah.
And then we've got some of the running clock games that'll be so that Yorkshire game will be a very quick second half. The hashtag Pray for Donny is going to be ending soon. I think the Bulls they're in quarter 2 as well, so they shouldn't be too far from the half. And that's probably going to be a running clock very shortly as well. Right, so the Bombers are receiving for the second half, and the offense starts on the 38-yard line. I expect an update.
38-yard line.
Lard line, yeah.
Wow,
mate, this water is hitting me.
You should try. I might contact these guys. I might contact these guys and just because then I could have a bottle in the car. I could have a bottle upstairs, downstairs, in the office. You could be the classic geezer stereotype. Just got bottle of water everywhere. Yeah, bottle of water. Yeah,
bottle of water.
Is it a bottle? It's not a bottle, is it? It's a.
What if that's not a bottle? What the fuck is it?
Is it not a flask?
No.
I wonder what they called it. Let me see. I'm gonna check.
Is it metal?
Amazon. Yeah.
Yeah, check with Amazon.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what they said. How did they describe it? Do you know how I found out about this? Right, I was watching TikTok and it came up on an advert. I care. It's a TikTok advert that brought me to.
Of course, you were watching. Oh, marketing! You was that? Were you sitting there doing your little like doing your little dance, and then they had a water bottle?
Yeah, no, I don't do the dance.
I bet you love a TikTok dance.
I did a couple of dances with my niece because she came out and she's like, "Can you do some dances?" And I was like, "Yeah, do easy ones though." And she searched for hashtag easy dance, and there's tons on there, and we did 2. They do call it. They call it a steel smart water bottle, so it is a water bottle, unfortunately.
You're a grown ass man just chilling on TikTok, just scrolling on TikTok.
Man, I love it. I don't know why people cane it so much.
Callum, thank you, Callum.
Oh, we got
yes, big man. We love Callum here.
Yeah, well, he's my favourite person that ever comments on our
Callum
stuff.
gets to keep his own name. He is also not a Chris.
Yeah. Your name's not Chris either, is it, Callum?
Yeah, your name's not Chris.
Right,
so we got Swindon. Yeah, we got Swindon Black Knights. So
14.
That's interesting because I can't remember. I think I got the Black Knights.
You got the Black Knights. Yeah, you did. Yeah, from our rock paper scissors.
Yeah, definitely got the.
So are you a hater? Are you a TikTok hater then? I don't see why people hate it. I've been on it a year and I think it's hilarious. I spend hours on it. I could spend hours on it. I pick up really good things like this is a great product, so I now bought it. Or also I get a load of good little marketing tips and websites for like creating content on there. So I think it's awesome.
Okay.
Don't ignore me, Oz. Don't ignore
No, I'm
me.
ignoring you. I'm
You
ignoring
don't know the value of TikTok. You just
I don't like the value of TikTok.
You think
I don't
it's
like the
kids dancing, and it's not. There's loads
I-
of good content on there.
Okay, one, I think that all they did is they took Vine after it died.
They did.
Whereas Vine probably should have never died anyway. I used to enjoy Vine.
Oh, Vine was quality. Whoa, what the hell? What are you talking about then? If you like
so
Vine,
different.
you should love TikTok.
No, it was
Like,
so different.
It
Now
follows.
it's just
It's
no,
not.
it's so different.
not. It's not.
It is. I was also
Oh my
younger then
God.
though. I was also in my I was in my late teens when I enjoyed Vine. I'm now, in my 30s.
Yeah, I was like probably 30 when I enjoyed Vine. How long ago was Vine out? It weren't. No, you weren't late teens.
It was mid 2000s, wasn't it? Or like up to like 2010 sort of thing.
I don't know.
So I could have
Vine
been
was
early
class.
20s. I could have been early 20s.
Vine initial release was 2013, mate. 8 years
Okay,
ago.
yeah, so-
and it
yeah, so
stopped
it's early-
4 years ago.
Yeah, so I was in my early 20s when Vine came out.
I
So
was
I was a lot
30.
younger.
I was 30.
Yeah.
I was 31.
Yeah. Can't save you. Thank you, Callum. Though we appreciate the update on the Swindon.
Callum, have you seen
Black
this
Knights
water
game.
bottle?
Oh, stop. Steve got sucked into a marketing campaign on TikTok.
No, it's not. I didn't get sucked into it. I'm appreciative of it.
I bet you did it as part of a Kickstarter.
No, I don't do Kickstarters. I used to try and do them, but the products never get made, and you lose your money. The Kickstarter and whatever the other one, they're pointless. Oh, it just was. I'll do it again.
Stop.
I missed it.
No one cares. No one
They
cares.
do care.
So Lincolnshire Bombers have tweeted out. They've said we go 3 and out. Thanks for the correction. So I'm a little bit curious as to whether all of these 4 and outs that they've mentioned weren't actually 4 and outs.
Yeah, they were 3 and outs. Probably.
No, but I was wondering if they were literally
Did you
just
see the
going for it
glow
forth
then?
because I didn't care. I wasn't looking. So the Bulls have scored. So Bammy in for 6, although he actually ran the width of. That's not English. So I'm not going to read that.
That's not English.
It just
Right.
says Bammy in for 6, although the actually ran the width of the twice. So there's some critical words there that are missing.
So Barry in for 6, although he actually ran the width of the field twice, is what
Yeah.
I would take that as.
Yeah.
2 point no
2
good.
point
40 to
no good.
6.
So 40-6. The Stampy is getting stamped out. So unfortunate there for Hereford and their amazing looking field. Saints have given us an update.
Yeah.
Hornets powering again and get a 2-point conversion, 20-0. Anybody else know what the traffic is like on the M40? So someone's thinking about the
To get back home to Oxford,
Yeah,
straight down
yeah.
the M4. Well, yeah, M4 as well. They can take the M4.
someone's thinking about the old football, aren't they?
Yeah, too right. I'm thinking about the football. I'll be walking off in a minute, mate.
Yeah. Game doesn't start for another 4 hours.
I'm bored. All I can think about is the football.
All you can think about is your football and your bloody glow-in-the-dark water bottle.
Half time. Why do you keep calling it glow in the dark? It doesn't matter if it's dark or light. It still glows. It doesn't
Does it-
activate because it's dark. It's just a light.
Yeah, but it still glows in the dark, doesn't it?
No, glow in the dark is something that when it goes dark, it lights up. It's
Yeah,
reactive.
but if you put that down in the dark, will it or will it not glow?
No, it won't. It won't.
So
that won't light up
if you
automatically.
drink from it and put it down in the dark, will that light glow?
Yeah, but that's not the use case,
Right.
is it? That's
Okay,
not glowing.
so it will glow in the dark.
No, it's a light that will illuminate regardless of the daylight, time of day, whatever. It just is a light.
But it will glow in the dark.
You've missed. Huh?
But it will. If you perform the set of instructions required to make that bottle glow, will it glow in the dark?
You've dead named it.
Right, so it'll glow in the dark. Halftime, Kent Exiles versus London Blitz, 3-0. So the
3-0, yeah,
Exiles
I
lead
see
at 3-0. Right now, Grant is running around his house, loving life, just praying for.
Let's say hello
nine
to Grant's
50.
missus because she can apparently hear us.
Oh, I am so sorry. She's sitting there. She's like, "Are they still going on about
You
that
have to
bloody
charge.
glow in the dark
Oh, hold
bottle?"
on. We got a really good question here from Craig.
Do you have to charge your bottle?
So Craig, what it does, the bottom of it comes off, and then it's a USB charger, and it lasts for 10 days apparently. So I charged it fully yesterday which took a couple of hours from first time. I'm answering Craig's question here. Craig is interested because this is a good product.
Is this part of the Ask Me Anything? Do you have to charge your water bottle?
Yeah. This is my product of the week. I might do one each week. This is this one. Oh yeah, this is the name of the company. Hydrate.
I tell you what.
Should we have guesses?
If you, I think we've lost Steve. Steve, has someone pulled your internet out? Because is Bex just sick and tired of you talking about your water bottle? Steve.
I
think we've lost Steve.
Now. Sorry, yeah.
Oh,
no. You did.
Did Bex pull your internet out? She was sick and tired of you wanking on about that bottle.
No, for some reason my hardwired connection failed and it went to my wireless and it still failed. So it may drop me again or it may be latent.
So we got some updates. We got some updates on the Lincolnshire Scunthorpe game. So Scunthorpe went for it on fourth and 6, but came up short. Lincolnshire took over, and then Lincolnshire went 3 and out, and Scunthorpe take over on their 42-yard line. So big defensive struggle there in the Scunthorpe Lincolnshire game. I'll tell you what. If you send me one to try as a product, I might change my tune. But until then,
I'm not sending you one. They're too expensive. Is it waterproof? Yes.
Based on the fact that it doesn't leak. It is on the inside.
He was only joking. But yeah, they come in an array of colours. I tend to go for black for everything. So I went for black.
I mean, if we look at your colour scheme right now, we can see. Yeah, if we look at your colour scheme now, we can see, the black shirt, the black chair, the black bottle.
Black car. My car's black.
Is it?
My car's always black, yeah. They're faster.
No, red cars are faster.
No, black.
No, 100% red cars. Red cars are always faster. Red cars would go faster.
Mate, red is the colour of scum.
I mean, if you're talking about football, then why are your cars not blue?
I'm not. I'm talking about two cities, not football.
I know. That's what I'm. No, that's what I mean.
It doesn't just apply to a football match. It applies.
Then why is your? I'm assuming this is the Portsmouth Southampton debate that we're having right now. Is that correct? Yeah. Why is your car not blue then?
Huh? Because black ones are faster.
But they're not though.
My car interior I picked as blue. The leather interior is blue.
Right. Okay.
And my lights, I got them set up as blue when it all lights up. I can send you.
This is riveting. This is absolutely riveting. Any more updates? We've got nothing from the.
We haven't had one update actually, Russ.
Yeah. Russell, we got told that it started. We got told that it started at 3:30, and we've had absolutely nothing. So if anybody's got anything for the Wembley Blitzby, so we can stop talking about Steve's cars and bottles and materialistic possessions.
This bottle's nice though.
Oh, stop putting it on the screen. No one cares.
I've emptied it. I think I've emptied it.
Oh, does it not? Does it not tell you? Does it not? Does your little smart app not tell you that it's nice and empty? Do you have to physically pick it up?
Russ is okay. I'm just not used to it. It's a heavier than usual bottle. So
Russ is not Chris, so Russ is definitely okay. Gets to keep his own name.
We'll check my app, see how.
So we've got So looks like I think you were right. We talked about the Oxford game at the end of the third quarter, how they were only 12-0 at the end of the third, and you mentioned that you thought they could run away with it in the fourth as people get tired.
Yeah, no.
Good prediction there. Oxford's gone for another quick 3 and out, punished by the Hornets, and the 2-point is good. So 28-0 now. Ask me anything. Does your wife know how much the water bottle costs?
She don't care. It's my money. But no, she doesn't. But I could tell her that it's not like a. Shall I message her now and just say this is how much? Yeah, I'll do that. Also, I got trophies for how much water I've drunk so far.
Oh, go away. Hello and welcome to Steve's Water Bottle Live. That is correct. This is definitely. And Steve's gone again. So his wide connection has dropped out, and we no longer have to listen to him talk about his water bottle. So we've got another update. We've got Scunthorpe go 3 and out. So Scunthorpe win punt of the day, as they take over as Lincolnshire takes over on the 3-yard line. So very impressive punt there, from what we've been told. So yeah, Scunthorpe go 3 and out, managed to punt it down to Lincolnshire 3. And Steve is no longer talking about his water bottle because every time he does, his internet cuts out.
All right. I think I'm back.
Does your water bottle not come with Wi-Fi?
No, Bluetooth.
Right. Well, it needs Wi-Fi because your regular hardwired internet connection is letting you
does
down.
it not produce Wi-Fi? No, that would be ridiculous. That would cost a lot more money than this did.
I mean,
what was the score that you gave? Was it the Hornets?
Yeah, 28-0.
28-0. Oh man.
So we as people produce Wi-Fi once you get the vaccination. Like you can.
Yeah, I've only had the first jab.
No, you need the second one because that upgrades your 5G, and then you can.
Yeah, that's it. I'm still on the old firmware.
Yeah, no, you can hotspot people. It's good.
Yeah, so I've got 5 trophies. Now I'm just going to message Bex and tell her how much it costs. I won't reveal to you guys how much
because we don't care.
We think that people care. You just don't care.
What if people wanted to buy one and then they get there and they feel like they've been swindled because you won't tell them how much it is? Is it over 50 quid?
All will be revealed.
Okay, send us in your comments how much do you think Steve's stupid water bottle costs?
No, but why don't you wait until you get Bex's reaction and then you can guess?
Oh, okay, right. So we've got some more score updates. So Birmingham have scored. So we've got a rookie. Well, I don't know if he's a Birmingham rookie at least. So Callum Harris has launched it to Matt Dutton, who collects his first touchdown as a Bull. 2-point attempt is picked off on a deflection, but it is 46-6, and we are going into halftime there.
Wow, nice. It's nice to hear that rookies scoring TDs and stuff. What do you think would be the best and worst
Quarterback
position time there?
Quarterback is the worst coast position in the UK. 100%.
I don't have an opinion on either of that. Like what evidence? What data are you basing your decision on? Like what?
The lack of quality quarterbacks in the UK. There's a couple of good ones. There is not that many.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I would say. So I'm basing it on that either quarterback is a very hard position to play. Is what you always hear. Like no matter what you're talking about, like college, high school, Brit ball, uni ball, whatever. Quarterback is not an easy position to learn. But I do not think that Brit ball has high quality quarterback coaches, because if we did, we would have more quality quarterbacks in the league. So yeah, I think quarterback is definitely the worst coach position in the UK. In terms of the best, I don't know. Maybe O-line. Like it seems like you guys seem to continuously produce good O-line. Like that's the only thing. But I mean, when I think about some of the good, like the best players that come out of the UK, a lot of them are freak athletes. So it's like how much of the coaching has come from Britball and how much of it is just their pure athleticism that then they can translate.
Mm.
What about you? You've played for a lot longer.
I don't have an opinion on it.
Nothing at all.
No, that's what I was thinking about. Like Grant has said, special teams is the worst coached, and I get that. Like thinking about being at training, it's like an afterthought most of the time.
Yeah, no one seems to give.
And I've only played on one or
special
two teams, or for 1 or 2 seasons where they've really focused on it.
Mm.
I don't have an opinion on it. I don't know. Yeah, it sounds odd. Maybe it's something that will come to me. The stream's respect for Steve. Well, at least that indicates that there was respect at some point.
Yeah, I am amused that you've managed to garner some at some point.
I got a reaction from Bex. And it's an emoji. Annoyingly, it's an emoji, so I can't read it.
Is it just a shrug? Is it just a shrug?
No. It's got something to it. I don't know what the emoji's called.
Has she sent you an eggplant? Just calling you a dick?
Oh, I can show it actually because I can blur out the other
you
stuff.
can literally just.
There you go. You can't even see it.
Nah, it's what?
I'll try and show you it. I don't know what it's called, so I'm just gonna have to look it up.
Okay, well, while you're doing that, we've got an update from hashtag Pray for Donny. So the second half kicks off and the Rams punt, and it's muffed, and the visitors have got the ball back.
Try
So
to do the
Doncaster.
face. Sorry, go on. Sorry, that's what I was considering. If I try to do it, so
Is
it's
it crying eyes?
like with a mouth, just like a line.
Oh,
like
is
that.
it the
with,
grimace face? It's like a
red,
grimace.
like red cheeks, like that.
Yeah, I know the one. It's
But
like
I don't think I'm
embarrassment
doing
or
it justice.
shocked.
Yeah, sort of like shocked, but why the red cheeks?
I was gonna say. I could probably find it pretty easily. I think I know the one you mean. Where it's but that's not entertainment. So the Rams have punted. It's we've got an update. So 14-0 to the Cats. They went for it and got the 2 points. So late in the third, we've got an update there. So the Gladiators are down 14-0 versus the Cats. Russ has let us know that the Blitz B in Wembley kicked off late at 3:30, and that was due to an under-19 game. So we appreciate that. So a big pass is dropped in the end zone for the Rams, and the Mustangs take over.
It's called the flushed face emoji.
Okay, so we've got the Saints. The Hornets have scored again, so the Saints are now down 34-0. So they're definitely going to be looking at the M40 to try and get home as quickly as possible. That game is really starting to quickly run away from them.
There you go. Right, I'm going to share my screen. That was Bex's response.
That's the one that Grant just sent to us as well.
Yeah, that's the one, Grant. Yeah.
Yep. So
do with that what you will. I'm glad that Grant, from my description of the red cheek and the face, the actual face I pulled.
There's only about 3 of them that can tell you. So
I don't know. I still feel good about it.
Right. So do you?
I need to put some scores in, don't I?
Well, I was going to say, go back to Jordan's question. Do you have you were like, I don't have an opinion. Nothing.
I don't, man. I don't. Like, I don't know. Like, what am I supposed to say to that? Like, do I think the best? What do I think the best and worst coach positions are?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know. I play the player, not the coach. Like, I don't care.
But I don't
think there's consistently been a bad or a good position that I've played that I've come up against where someone's like, I always, they're always going to be good at this. Or I don't think that's. There's never something that I've thought about or factored into like my game preparation or anything. Maybe if I coached, I'd have a different perception of it. But I don't care. I just play whoever's in front of me. And I don't know. I don't look at like, I don't know, the QBs being coached and think, I wish I'd do that, or that was good, or like, I've never factored any of that into like my thinking. Maybe I will going forward, but I just don't have an opinion on it. It'd be good to hear other people's opinion. I know Grant has shared his, which is cool, but like, what do people think about that? I just don't. I don't know. There's no answer for me.
Fair enough. So we've got some more updates. We've got the Hughes Valley Eagles at the end of the third versus the Cardinals. They are up 14-12. So we appreciate the Cardinals giving us the updates that we've got there on that game. DB and QB are the worst coached, according to Glenn, and I've probably got to agree. Yeah, definitely on the QB part. And then thinking about the DB part, people, like a lot of the coaching I've seen on DBs is sloppy. It's not you never see proper trailing techniques, Occasionally they're like, oh, make sure you open your hips when you're pivoting, and like it's always very iffy. So I don't know. What else have we got? Just looking further down. The Bombers have mentioned that in other news, Djokovic has lost the first set 6-7 or 7-6, but he's up 5-2 in the second set. Cool. India have set the England women's cricket team 149 to win in the international T20, and we are T-minus 4 hours until the Euro final.
Yeah.
So we got probably 5 hours until.
Have we got a Stallions Blitz B? Sorry, mate, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, we haven't.
Hornets,
still nothing. Just the fact that it kicked off at 3:30 is the only thing that I've been informed.
So I've got Hornets Saints 34-0.
Yep.
Was there any other? the whole Brit Ball lack real good catchers. Does he mean
Coaches.
receivers?
He means coaches. He means coaches. So we got Bulls Hereford 46-6 is the most recent update in that game. Saints are 34-0. Still no change on the Lincolnshire Scunthorpe game. And then, Eagles Cardinals. So Ouse Valley Cardinals 14-12 into the third. I think there are some very good coaches in Brit Ball, but I think as a whole that coaching could probably do with more, just because of the publicity of the sport in terms of like the resources available to us. We're never going to get world-beating coaches over here. Like if you can get somebody so it's the same thing when I played back home. When I was in New Zealand, we were lucky enough to have someone who'd coached at the University of Colorado. And he had coached, he wasn't even like a defensive coordinator or anything. I think he was like the DB assistant coach or the assistant to the assistant coach sort of thing. And we had him, and he was like the stuff that we were learning from him was incredible. When I played with a whole bunch of Australian guys and other New Zealand guys out in Hawaii, our head coach had played at the University of Hawaii. He'd done all 3 years there, and he had links all over the world and all over Australia, America, everything in terms of like coaching clinics and stuff that he put on. They used to put on all of the Australian camps and everything that go on over there as well. So the experience that they gained from the links to the US just is leaps and bounds more than what we have over here. So Lincolnshire have just mentioned they've got the competition for the best punt. So obviously Scunthorpe pinned them at the 3, but Lincolnshire have now just pinned Scunthorpe at the 2 after they gamble on the bounce and let it go.
Swindon are 21-0 up against the Black Knights. I need to add that in.
Where'd you grab that from?
Can't tell you, secret. Right, I'm gonna pop the toilet. I'll be back in a minute. There's too much water out of my. No, I've got it.
I hate you. Oh God! So now that there we go, we got the punt bowl. Definitely, Jake, in the Lincolnshire Scunthorpe game. It does seem like neither team is going to be able to really score. I don't know what the weather's like there and whether that's playing a factor or not, but it definitely feels like every single update we get from the Bombers Twitter team at the moment is definitely around punting. Again, I can't stress this enough. If you are affiliated with the team, if you know they have a Twitter account, please get them active because it helps us, bring this to you guys, give you guys the updates from everything. Britball is playing a factor, yes. So I did mention about the weather playing a factor, but yeah, just the fact it's Britball and they are both Division 2 Britball teams is definitely playing a factor on that part. So I'm just having a look, seeing if we've got anything further. But yeah, if you're affiliated with teams and any form of social media and stuff, use the hashtag. You can see it there along the bottom, hashtag Gameday Live. Tweet things at us, images from the park, the feeds there that are going on in the games, asking about those. We want to know, we've seen from Scunthorpe, the pork feed that they're putting on. Any of those sort of stuff, we would love to hear from you. You can send it to us. So there we go. After 2 years of inactivity, Caesar's Twitter is back today. I did see that, Grant. I did see the tweet that came out this morning mentioning that you guys were back. So really happy to see that. And we've got the follow on there, so anything that's updated from there, we will definitely be sharing on here. We have got a player injury in the Oxford Saints Hornets game. Always hate to see it, so the game is delayed. So they're monitoring him currently. So there's a 15-minute delay expected. So really hoping that it's nothing too serious and that full recovery is made on that front. But yeah. Send us your stuff, on Twitter, on Facebook. You can message it to us. You can comment on the streams. Anything with the old hashtag Gameday Live, we would love to see it, and we'll make sure it gets a mention on here because it just makes it for everybody else that's sitting there watching. If all the information's coming through, then we can present it to you and make the best of it. And you haven't got me sitting here filling for time until Steve gets back from the bathroom. So we've got an update from the Rams game there. So nothing's really happening now. The Rams punt again after a big 3 and out from the defense in the previous drive. So Matt's just mentioned there's not a lot of good coaches with the skill set to take you to Europe's level. A lot of coaches live. Yes, you are correct with the last part. Hashtag can't spell. But my assumption is what you're saying is that actually I have no idea what you're saying, Matt. I'm not going to lie. I'm really sorry. No, I mean there's not enough good coaches with the skill set to take you to Europe's level. Right, so I'm assuming a lot of coaches live off of the team full of athletes rather than good coach players. Right, I get what you're saying. So the point that you're trying to make is, and I fully agree that generally, when it comes to Britball, is the good athletes that you will predominantly see dominating in Britball. It's it's the guy who can take a punt return 100, or the guy who's quick off the mark and is unblockable, or the running back who can break tackles, or like it's the athletes that get shown out, and they're the guys that make it to a position to be able to advance themselves. Like it's if we've got those young guys, whether it's from Pride or anybody that's making it in sort of through different programs to get themselves over to Div 2 colleges and things like that, it's predominantly because they are athletes. They have got the physical tools required to be able to, like, you can't really coach athleticism. Like, you're either an athlete or you're not. And then coaching will be able to expand on that and take you to the next level. But if you haven't got that base level of athleticism, then it's not going to help. So I definitely agree with that there, Matt, that yeah, a lot of Britball is who has the better athletes as opposed to who is. There is coaching and there is some really good coaching. Scheming up and everything like that definitely matters. But I would say who has the better athlete 9 times out of 10 will predominantly play a bigger part. So we've got an update from the Bombers. So Scunthorpe have had to punt. It's a bad punt. It bounces backwards, and Lincolnshire is taking over at the 9-yard line. As mentioned, the Rams game, nothing really happening there. The Rams punt again after a big 3-and-out from the defense in the previous drive. So it looks like it's just punts for us all at the moment, guys. Nothing too much. So the Cardinals have scored in the Ouse Valley Cardinals game. So the PAT is no good, but the Cardinals now take the lead, and they're up 18-14. So after trailing the entire game pretty much, they now take the lead in the fourth. And the Spartans coming through with a passing TD as they move into the fourth quarter, and they're up 48-2 over the Thunderbolts. Steve's decided to go away and get himself a pastry as well, as opposed to just going to the bathroom.
It's chicken.
Oh, is it chicken, is it? Right.
Yeah. No, well, I'll tell you after what happened when I was in there. I can't tell it on live stream.
Right.
But you will fully understand why it took me so long.
You got your dick caught in your zipper.
No.
We got some score updates I provided for everybody. Cardinals have scored. They've taken the lead against the Eagles, up 18-14. Okay, and the Spartans moved to 48-2 over the Thunderbolts. Did you poo yourself?
I'd have preferred it. I'd have preferred, from what happened to me just in there, I'd have preferred to shit myself than that to happen. Honestly. Right, anyway. Sorry, mate. I don't know what numbers you said.
18-14, Cardinals over Ouse Valley.
Oh, they're taking the lead, right.
Yeah, and the Spartans have moved to 48-2 over the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, it's just going to be an absolute joke, isn't it, that game? Yeah. Alpha's 8-3. Oh, so the Bombers went and got a field goal. I did see another score, Swindon again. Let me just refresh. I'm pretty sure they've gone 28-0 up. I need to start chucking some scores. Steve's wife explained the emoji to me. No, she's not my wife anyway. It's just my girlfriend.
I was going to say, when someone mentioned the wife, I was like, I'm pretty sure you and Bex aren't married.
No, not married. No.
Only financially.
28-0.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I thanks, Michael, for that update, because the Bombers the Bombers Twitter guys literally said, I apologize now, about 5 minutes ago. He's like, I apologize in a bid to stay hydrated. Really important, kids. Following on from Steve's water bottle. He needs to take a toilet break. If I miss anything, I'll catch you up ASAP. He's come back and he's going, bloody hell, you joined the queue for the toilets, and we get points on the board. Field goal, the field goal is good. So it is 8-3 now to the Bombers. So they're not going to get the donut, and TD can take the win. Rams extend.
Just
Hashtag pray for Donny.
With my other water bottle. Oh shit! I spilled it.
Oh god. Okay, the Rams have taken the lead. Not taken the lead, extended the lead over hashtag pray for Donny. It's 49-0. Rams over Doncaster.
So did you get the 28? I don't know if you put that up. I'll put it on my Facebook. 28-0 is
Swindon.
Yeah. Why can't I can't operate. Who are they playing? The
Worcestershire.
Black Knights, yeah.
So that's very interesting because obviously Swindon, we are pretty sure they got paddled by the Apache last week.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting a clear vision of the hierarchy of that division then. If we've got the Apache right up here, Swindon.
Yeah, I think, and again, like non-COVID times, I'd expected the Swindon Storm to turn over the Black Knight, so probably not such a big surprise. It's an unknown until it's played, right? But normally that's what you would expect. But there are a couple of surprise packages this year, as we know. But there's definitely nothing eyebrow raising there really.
So the Exiles have scored a touchdown. Grant, you are what is going on? The Exiles lead the Blitz 9-12. 9-0. 9-0. Sorry, I was thinking Grant's premonition of 12-9. The Exiles are up. The Exiles are up 9-0. So 12 unanswered points from Grant. From the Blitz, and we will never hear the end from Grant ever. Good
on him.
But it's unreal. Have you got the Kent game on the ticker?
The Kent game, yeah. Oh, on the ticker.
I don't think you do.
Yeah. So it's on the bottom one. London Warrior. Okay. Oh no, it's not there. Let me add it. I thought I did add it.
Yeah, I didn't think you did.
Okay, let me add that now. Sorry, mate.
Cats have scored again. They're up over the Gladiators 21-0 in the fourth quarter. Alpha's game into quarter four, still 8-3. Blitz B, 6-0 over Wembley in the first quarter. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Russ. We really appreciate that. First update for that one as well.
Yeah, done that one. So I've updated that on the ticker and added the other game.
Grant is right. They makes the 48-yard field goal, but misses a PAT. What's going on here? I don't know if he's missed the PAT. They didn't say whether PAT to come or PAT was missed. Don't even know if they've gone for two. Just got the 9-0 update is all I've got to go with, unfortunately. And then we've got the like I said, the Gladiators Cats 21-0 currently going on there as well. So now that I've been speaking for probably solidly the last 15 minutes, I think you can say something.
So what I wanted to talk to you about today.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
I just think it's fate. Like, I started doing this live stream. It gets a certain amount of people on it. People hear about it. And I come across this advert for this great water bottle. I buy it. It works out nicely. I think it was meant to be. Right. Anyway,
give it a rest.
Let's talk football. Just looking at the games, let's have a look at the ones that are close. So Humber and Leeds Bobcats is still a score within it. 8-0. Yeah. Donny Rams. That's a foregone conclusion, right? They could maybe save their blushes by putting a score or two on the board.
Putting something on the board, but
they're not,
unlikely.
They're not winning that. Alphas and Bombers is all to play for. 8-3, good game, like that. Same with Ouse Valley and Ipswich. I love the fact that it's changed lead. So, that game's in anyone's hands. So, Gladiators Cats. We haven't got much about it. We know it's 6-0. Or the last update.
21. No, 21-0. Gladiators
Oh.
Gladiators Cats is 21-0 to the Cats.
Okay, right. So a lot more convincing than I thought. I was going to say we need to see how that plays out a bit because I'd only had an earlier score, so that's now done. Swindon Storm, Black Knights again. Can't see the Black Knights coming back there. They again might put some points on the board, but there's a lot of donuts at the moment out there.
I don't think it's looking good for Doncaster because they fumbled again, and the Rams have recovered it, and the Rams have the ball with Donny's red zone.
The Rams are rampant, and like they're going for it, which is cool. I like it when teams like screw the nut. No worries, my friend Anthony is a coach there, but home isolating. What teams are you referring to?
I'm assuming the Wembley game. I thanked him for giving us the update on Blitz Wembley.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, really appreciate that, Russ. It was one we were struggling with. Stampede Bulls again, foregone conclusion. I like at this point, 46-6. Unless you've got an advance on that.
No.
The Stallions Blitz. I think that one's interesting. I think it going 6-0 down will test the character of the Stallions. Yeah, they're at home, but that's. I think drawing first blood in that game would have been important. Just based on both of those teams.
Well, okay, you could say that, but you would have thought that for Essex versus the Thunderbolts, drawing first blood, going 2-0 up, and then now they're down.
That was like an accidental first blood. The punter stepped out of bounds or something, right? But yeah, so I think that game's still a one-score game, right? Can't argue with that. I just think this is really going to test the mettle with the Stallions for them to come back. Hornets, Oxford, that's just the game. I just feel sorry for Oxford.
That game's actually delayed as well. While you were away, we've had a player injury, so it looks like there's a 15-minute delay expected. They're monitoring the player currently, so that was 12 minutes ago. We got that update. So
they're due to restart.
Hopefully due to restart. But they were down 34-0 last time.
Yeah, that's what I got. Spartans 42-2 to the Thunderbolts. And what's that, half time now? It must be. There must be.
I think we're into the second half now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll change that on there. Kent Blitz, man. I'm back in Kent. I'd love them to take this one. And I know,
Blitz have just scored. The Blitz have just scored.
No way.
Yeah, 9-7.
9-7. So they got the PAT.
Yeah, Blitz have just scored.
And then the other games are just cancelled or postponed. So, God, yeah, that's a hell of a game. That's a hell of a game. Well, it sounds like it. So 9-7. And then what was the other one that we said? Oh, yeah, that was just that's probably now Q3. So let's move that over. So, yeah, I think we're in a good place. I think, we'll start seeing the games close off. Apparently there's Jack's been in contact. He said it's now Essex Spartans 56. The Bolts 2.
Grant is fuming because his prediction is quite possibly off the table. So he's praying for a field goal and a safety. The Oxford game's back underway. Injured players back on the sideline. So glad to hear that. Hopefully nothing too serious.
So yeah, Jack, thanks for sending that in, mate.
Is that the Spartans game? Did you mention? Sorry.
Yeah, 56-0.
56-2. Yeah.
56-2. Sorry, I got
right. So they've obviously punched in another touchdown with the 2-point conversion as well. So
yeah. Right. Let me just check that one. I don't like looking at it in there.
So the Rams have added to their tally with another TD and now have the half century up against #Pray for Donny. 57-0 there to the Rams, starting to fully run away with it. Well, actually, they did that about 30 points. About 30 points ago.
Yeah.
In the first quarter, when it was like 30 points to 0 in the first.
Well, do you reckon they'll breach 80? 56 now, right?
57. I don't think there's enough time for them to breach 80.
Okay.
I think 70 is a realistic expectation. I don't think they can hit 80. I think 2 more touchdowns.
Jack saying we didn't pray hard enough.
Jake. His name is Jake.
Jake. Sorry, I read that as Jack because I'm a retard.
You've done it twice. It's like me calling Kyle Chris.
I know.
I mean, it's not.
I thought it was Callum.
Complete.
It was Kyle, wasn't it?
Yeah. We're now calling him Callum. He just doesn't get his own name at all.
No, there was the other one. You said. I'm not going into it. Right, most relevant newest comments. So I'm just sorting some stuff out.
No, it's fine. So looking at these,
Swindon are 35-0 up.
Oof. Are there any Are you seeing any upsets here?
Nah.
Nah. All pretty much.
The Exiles.
The Exiles, right?
And I'm sure they would correct us on calling it an upset, but that is, on paper, looking before the game had started. And I know, fair enough, there was this other game that they were leading in. I don't think people were expecting this scoreline at this point in the game.
So the Alphas looks like the Alphas have a safety. I'm thinking because the Alphas are now up 10-3 because it was 8-3. So it looks like we've got a safety there for Scunthorpe. So. And then
got safeties this year so far. The special team's just been awful.
I was going to say, what do you think we got punters stepping out the back of the end zone? What do you think's happening? Because we had one last week.
No. I meant the other way. I think the fielded special team, like the fielded punt, is either like they're letting it bounce and then they're downing it right inside the 5 or whatever, and then that stitches up the offense. That's how I perceive it.
Right.
Rather than it being scored on a punter, I think it's more likely to be scored on an offense.
Because we did have the punter stepping out of the end zone just last week. We also
had a screen safety. They threw a screen.
Yeah,
I got tackled.
Yeah, I lost about 8 yards or something, and then went for a safety. So
they were just trying to get a quick ball out, obviously, but it just didn't quite go their way.
Yeah, so here we go. So I'm back. So this is Lincolnshire. I'm back. Let me catch you up. Following the field goal, Scunthorpe punt. We go 3 and out, but the punt span goes out of the end zone for a safety. So he's essentially tried to punt it, and it's gone backwards.
The punter knocked it, or
sorry. No, right, okay. He's written punt span. He's meant punt snap. So the punt snap's gone over his head and out the back of the end zone for a safety.
Imagine that as the centre, the long snapper, I suppose you'd call him in that situation. But still, right.
I mean, in most of these situations, the long snapper and the centre are probably the same person.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
There is some teams that have different long snappers, but the majority of most Britball teams you'll find only have one person with the ability to snap the ball any form of distance and have it catchable. Ooh, excuse me.
Just checking all the different posts now because I know you're onto Hootsuite. I'm just looking around, seeing what else we can find. Yeah,
that's cool. So following the safety kickoff, Scunthorpe are starting on their own 33-yard line. So that's a pretty decent safety kickoff there.
So Rams 57, we got that.
Yeah.
Spartans 48, have we got that?
Yes.
Still on Cats have scored again on the Gladiators and leading 21-0.
We got that.
Oh, cool. We got everything then.
So Jake's mentioned that it's bold of us to assume that teams do have one quality snapper.
I know, sorry. I should know better. I should have spoken out of turn.
Yeah. Well, it was what I said. I thought there'd be at least one quality snapper. I feel like most teams have got someone who can get the ball there. Like, I don't know. I suppose it depends on your take of what quality means, to be honest. It's all sort of arbitrary. Lincolnshire game is into the fourth quarter as well, the Alphas Bombers game. So that is it's 10-3 into the fourth. So it's looking like we've got looking at these, right? So you've mentioned that you don't really see any updates here. Any upsets here, right? The only one that you've kind of mentioned is the Exiles Blitz, but that could be argued that it's not an upset, seeing as they beat them in the first game as well.
No, they didn't beat in the first game. The Blitz won the first game.
Did they? Oh, was it just close? Was it
very close? Okay. It was like right till the end, and then the Blitz scored to win it. But the Exiles were leading all the way through.
So then, looking at these sort of one-score games that we've got there. So we've got what Leeds and Humber, Scunthorpe, Lincolnshire.
Maybe
the
Alphas and the Bombers could be considered an upset. Could be. but then we haven't seen the Alphas play, but the Bombers have been doing well. So,
well, you say that the Bombers were doing well last week, and then there was the stoppage, and then they got routed.
Is that going to be it? Like that was the point in their season, not just in the game, but the point in their season where they just never came back from.
I mean, it's
sapped their power.
Yeah. All the power went into the lightning in the sky, and they had nothing left.
But there's nothing else there that is a surprise to me.
So you look at these one-score games, then, right? Which of these, which team do you think is in the best position to be able to mount a comeback? If you're looking at this, ignoring the Exiles and Blitz game at the moment, right?
Yeah, Wembley Stallions, I'd say.
Let me just go down the list. So Bobcats, Warhawks.
Yeah,
8-point difference. 8-point
could
difference.
go either way. Yeah.
We got Scunthorpe, Lincolnshire. 7-point difference. 10-3. We're in the fourth quarter.
Oh, is it 10-3? Of course it is. You just said that. I can see the Alphas hanging on and keeping that lead.
So we've got a double update from the Spartans. Big powerful run in for the score from Norris. Spartans 56-2 Thunderbolts. About 5 minutes left to play in the game. Scrap that. It's now 62-2. The Spartans offense showing no mercy with Alex scoring an 83-yard rushing touchdown. So
83. Jesus.
Yeah, 83-yard rushing touchdown there for the Spartans. So they are now up 62-2. Wow. Heaving.
So your Liverpool United friend has asked, if the Alphas hold on, how do you see that division finishing with Northants beating the Alphas twice in associate process and then losing to the Caesars on a pick 6, but then the Alphas winning today could be interesting. Yeah, and that's what you'd like, right? Like, great points, and hopefully that does transfer into this season, into the play, and the games are played, and we can see, you get to see that high level of competitiveness. You don't want one team or two teams to just smash everyone else. Hey, I was right.
So Stallions have come back there.
Yeah. Oh,
take the lead.
Nostradamus.
So with that as well, would you say that you're return to punt TD? Oh, unreal.
Was it junior?
So would you say?
Junior?
I'm not sure. Would you say with this? Then, do you expect the Caesars to win the division?
I think the Caesars would win it. Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
I know we've got Grant on the stream, so he will definitely have something to say.
I'm only saying that because Grant's on the stream.
Hashtag pray for Donny has come through. The slaughter has ended, and the Yorkshire Rams win that game 57-0 full time.
It's done, is it?
Yeah, it's done.
57-0.
Second half for Birmingham at Hereford. Second half rolling clock. Not much to report other than the Bulls D stopping Hereford on their opening drive of the half after one first down. So they picked up one first down, and then the drive stalled out there. So that one's probably going to be Bulls ball, I'd say, in the next few minutes, and we could see another score from them based on the way that it's been going.
Mm-hmm.
There's about 5 minutes left to play in the Essex game against the Thunderbolts. So how do you predict this division to go then, with Northants, the Caesars, the Alphas, and Lincolnshire in there?
And you've got the Lightning, you've got South Links Lightning, which is really probably not worth mention. I think, the Bombers are looking to potentially lose this one, and I think they will. But I actually think they're better than their record and than that shows, right? I think they are good for probably the reverse fixture. They would win, right?
Okay. And where do you put Northants in that then? Because obviously the Alphas. So Northants lost to the Caesars.
Yeah.
So there we go. Grant's chipped in as well. So he said that he thinks Northants will beat both Lincolnshire and Scunthorpe.
Yeah.
So does that put us then? Nottingham.
Yeah. Northants.
Alphas, Lincolnshire. or Lincolnshire Alphas?
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
Because you-
do you know, it
'cause you-
kills
'cause
me
you
to say
reckon-
that because I like the Bombers. Like, I'm not saying this like, you know, this is a logical thinking thing. As like, I'm not trying to make them sound bad, but I can't see them. I can't see them coming anywhere above fourth.
And then South Links Lightning bringing up the
Yeah,
rear.
South Links. I mean, there's been rumours of them asking for their games to be controlled scrimmages, so they're already suffering. I think after a few games, we may see them even withdraw from the league if the league gets that far. Obviously, but like I'm saying, that's if they play the games. Like they may not. There may be COVID outbreaks. There may be something may happen. Baffa may come to their senses and just pull the league. Who knows? But based on what we've got on paper now and how it's going to play out, even if they played all their games, South Links aren't going to win any.
So we've got another full-time. Sorry, it's just come from the opposite Twitter account. Yeah, so the full-time there announcement from both Yorkshire and Doncaster.
I love it when both teams are tweeting. I think that's the first time we've had that this season. Both teams tweeting updates.
I'm not sure. I can't remember. I swear we had some from both teams last week, but
No,
I think
not that I know. Not that I
who did
remember.
Lincolnshire? Who did Lincolnshire play last week? Sheffield.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had ones from both. So we had updates from both Sheffield and Lincolnshire last week.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah. Team A beat Team B. Team B beat Team C. Doesn't always mean team. That's true. Very, very true.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Of course, Aaron. Yeah, like that. Like when, but I'm just. That's my prediction.
It doesn't.
Like I can't change it. Like that's generally what I think. But yeah, you're right. There will be upsets. There's always, if it was that simple, everyone would get 4 points on picks every week, and they don't, right?
Yeah.
So there's always upsets. There's always things that don't happen the way you'd expect them to. This one's interesting. Their OC has already transferred out to Cats.
Yeah. So there we go. So
I just think that's another thing indicative of Baffa trying to rush teams through the process, get more money. It's another quality drop off in the sport because Baffa want to be able to keep paying their CEO for his 3 days a week.
So we've now got full time there in the Oxford London game. So the Hornets do take the full time, and I'm assuming it's probably still the score that we had from before, which was I think 28-0, if I remember. 34-0, I think is the full time score.
Yeah, God, that was over quick from restarting, wasn't it?
Yeah,
they literally it was 10 minutes. Surely about 10 minutes ago that you mentioned that the game's now restarting there.
Oh no. Game on. So yeah, 15 minutes ago was when the game was underway. So it's literally probably just been running clock the whole time.
Yeah,
it's just been a quarter. That's it. Done.
All the coaches going, don't call any timeouts. Just go with it.
Mate, we got to get on the M40 and we got to be home. We got 3.5 hours till kickoff.
Plenty of time.
Yes.
Plenty of time.
That one's. Like shout out to the Oxford Saints though. They did mention they were going to be playing Ironman football with their.
Well, the thing is, they didn't even know they were going to be playing Ironman football. They didn't know.
Sorry.
Like, and I know that there was some people in their ranks that were like, I don't want to play. I want to watch. I want to go and enjoy England, and that was what caused that. That was where I got the inspiration to do the post about England game is having an impact on Britball teams, even though some people completely dismissed it. But they were just facing out into an abyss. They didn't know what was going to happen today. They managed to they knew an option was that they may have to call the game as late as midday today. And I think it was around 10 or 11 that they messaged me and said, "Oh, it's definitely going ahead." So they've had the will to compete in this, which is commendable. It's just the thing is they shouldn't be in that situation, and I mean from a COVID perspective, doing the tests and all that sort of stuff.
No,
I think that the fact that you've got some players that just refusing to play, that's a different issue. But yeah, I've read this from Grant. Shout out to Grant's 4-year-old who brought him a beer. Good girl.
Yeah, well done.
Oxford's coach day He's a Stella.
So I'm assuming he doesn't mean that he likes a Stella Artois. I'm assuming he means that like Stella is in he is a quality human being.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Yes. Cool. Stella. Yeah. Cool.
As opposed to a guy who just didn't. I mean, he could be a guy that just loves his Stella. Yeah. Does he drink it out of this water bottle? That's all I care about.
What you could do, because if he did drink out of this water bottle, he would measure it. Actually, I've got concerns because the light hasn't come on yet.
Yeah, there we go. He's a Stella guy. He walks up and down the sideline in a white singlet. Yeah. Hey, don't judge that. I've got a lot of white singlets.
Yeah, there we go. Look, come on.
Oh, fuck off.
Hydration.
So we've got some more updates on the Scunthorpe. Well, might start calling them Puntthorpe, as they have punted. It looks like they've
Puntthorpe.
They've punted. It looks like they managed to down it at the 2, but the player had no control. It goes into the end zone, and Lincolnshire takes over at the 25-yard line.
Special teams has been poor from what
Yes.
If
but
these
also
safeties that we're talking about, yeah. But I suppose they've been good and bad.
We got a full time in Ouse Valley. In the Ouse Valley Cardinals game, full time score 18-14.
Yeah, cool.
So the Cardinals take the W.
Wow, close game.
That is a strong performance after trailing for most of that game. So
some good grit. Shame for the Ouse Valley guys because I think that's another loss for them, and it'd been nice for them to get to get wins, a win under their belt. But move on to the next one.
We've got another Puntthorpe Para football team too. We've got another safety in Britball. Mike Shade with the QB sack in the end zone after a Guy Spencer punt pinned Hereford inside their own 10, 48-6. So a safety there for Birmingham Bulls.
So many safeties, man.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's it is if you think about it. Actually,
if you're a defense, it's awesome. But
if you're an offensive or a special teams coordinator, you are fuming.
Yeah. Well, and it's still just second half. They've said to them, we don't have quarter or anything.
Yeah, no, nothing confirmed on the quarter part, but it's rolling clock there. So, haven't heard anything further on the Leeds Humber game, which I think should pretty much be close to full time. Kyle, if you're out there. Kyle, if you're out there, we would love. No, it's his name.
Chris,
we would love. No, stop. We'd love an update there. If you've got an update on the. We do appreciate it. I'm really sorry. I don't know if Steve is. I don't know if he's ever sorry.
Yeah. You'll get no apologies from me, Carl.
I literally thought you were saying no apologies from me, Chris.
I didn't know the presence of mind, did I? 35-0.
Swindon over Worcestershire. That's what. Yeah. That's what we got.
Oh, we already got that. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought that was an additional score. I've just not got it on my list. Let me do that.
Yeah, currently we've got Swindon, Worcestershire 35-0, Birmingham, Hereford 48-6, Wembley 7-6 over the Blitz B, Hornets, Oxford full time of 34-0, Exiles up 9-7 over the Blitz main team, and then the Spartans running away with it 62-2 versus the Thunderbolts. And then in the other divisions, we've got Humber and Leeds at 8-0 to Leeds is the most recent update. Rams, Doncaster, final score 57-0. Puntthorpe is up 10-3 over Lincolnshire. I'm really sorry. I'm not. Ipswich pulls out the gritty victory 18-14 over Ouse Valley. And last thing we heard, the Cats were running away with it 21-0 over the Gladiators as well.
Oh, do I have that one?
Final score 62-2. Spartans over the Thunderbolts. They've just called it. Lincolnshire has gone for it on fourth down on their own 28-yard line because why not? Pass goes incomplete. That's why not. And Puntthorpe take over.
What was the Gladiators Cat score? Sorry.
21-0. Most recent update.
I had that. Cool. And then what was the final score of Spartans? 62-2?
62-2.
Rough
It's a
ride
bit of
for
a
the
pen.
old Thunderbolts.
I was going to say, yeah, first game for the Thunderbolts. That's not what you want to hear.
No. But yeah, I don't know. In a way, it shows the amount of depth in the Sussex Thunder squad. They haven't obviously chucked any ringers in there. They've actually got a proper development team, right? It's just, they've got an uphill battle. They've got 7 more games to play.
Of course, they've got a B team. Portsmouth folded.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know.
I
A few went from Portsmouth to Solent. And maybe not. The Knights may have picked a couple up as well. I don't know. Speaking of football maths, 1.60, beating the source. So if we say, right, so hold on. Aztecs beating Swindon by 60. Swindon beating the source by
35. Does that mean that the Aztecs should put 95 over?
No, this is one, Aaron, where you get the source to pull out a shock win. 14-0 against the Aztecs.
This is probably more one where you get the source to tell everybody they got COVID again and just see you later.
Well, do they play them twice? I know that's a jump between Prem and Div 2, so it's probably just one game.
Yeah,
you're looking at 70, 80 points, aren't you? Surely 70 to 80 points on that. Unanswered
you'd have to. There's obviously only so many points you can score when rolling clock kicks in at any point during the game.
Yeah.
So you have to assume that maybe they can only put 60 on them as well. That could be the maximum that you're able to. You never know. Kyle's just mentioned that both team socials have been paused and other updates. We appreciate you trying.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thank you very much for trying. We really appreciate it. So. Oh. Grant, are you in charge? Are you in charge of the Nottingham Caesars Twitter account? Because he is he's just tweeted out. He's just great work by the guys at Gridiron Hub with their Game Day live show today, and then just a gif of a water bottle saying, "If you know, you know."
Brilliant. It's brilliant.
I
done.
Have to assume it's Grant. Have to assume it's Grant.
I'm gonna have to like that one.
Yeah, we just like the show. I like them all.
I've just retweeted it. Oh, have you been liking them as you've been?
As I go down along, because I'm hoping they see that we like them, and then we'll start using the Game Day Live hashtag. We're like, we are watching your updates. Keep them coming.
That's good, man. And I think momentum is going to build on this. Like, we'll get more and more people doing it, and what we're going to try and do is get people to be able to update directly on our website of the games they're at. Like, there'll be like a super admin from like the Caesars, and he can just go in and change the score and tell us the quarter, and then all we'll see is the ticker along the bottom that tells us there's updates like every time. So
super user just goes in and changes it. We're beating them, I swear. We're not losing.
Yeah. That's the risk, isn't it? Like you get people just whacking like 70-0.
I'll tell you what. It's the thing. If I was the Thunderbolts, I would not be letting Essex put 62-2 on that score ticker. I'd be saying, no, we were competitive. It's still first quarter. We're 2-0 up. We scored a safety. They haven't done anything.
Well, it's the same concept as we used to use with ScoreStream, or teams used to use with ScoreStream, and that worked really well. Oh, 8-8. It's 8-all. Bobcats Warhawks.
Oh, I don't even know where you found that.
I found it on ScoreStream because I've got
So-
I've got all the stuff open in front of me, all the different places. So.
Scunthorpe go for it on 4th down with inches to go, no good, and Lincolnshire take over on their own 8-yard line. This seems like it would either be a really great game to watch. It would either be a great game to watch or really, really ugly football. Like this is just a struggle between these two teams at the moment.
Yeah.
So
the thing is that keeps popping into my head is like offenses that keep getting pinned back in their own 10-yard line. Like that's happening across Britball at the moment.
When you say getting pinned back, so obviously for Lincolnshire, they're taking over on their own 8 because they stopped a 4th down opportunity inside the red zone. So that's why they're taking over.
They're taking over on the opposite on the other team's 8. Like they're in their territory.
No, they're taking over on their own 8.
Oh, sorry,
their own goal line.
They stopped. Okay, yeah,
yes,
got you.
So they stopped. They stopped a Scunthorpe red zone opportunity on 4th and inches, and have taken the ball over on the 8.
Got it.
That's what's happened.
Yeah.
Which is we are seeing a lot of those. We're seeing teams go for it inside the red zone.
Yeah.
Does that mean kickers in a country where soccer is such an amazing sport?
We talked
does
about
that mean
last week, didn't we?
Does that mean kickers is the worst coach? Going back to Jordan, is that kickers the worst coach position in Britball? Is it kickers? Is it place kickers? Because no one seems to be able to hit a field goal except for the blitz, and they hit it from 48 yards and apparently missed the PAT. But no, they didn't miss the PAT. They scored the PAT. No, Exiles hit a 48-yarder. I can't. I'm lost. Exiles are on 9. Exiles hit the 48-yarder and then missed the PAT.
Correct.
Yeah. So the Exiles kick it. So it's not the blitz.
But do we know if it was a 1-point attempt or a 2-point attempt?
We have no idea. No one's told us a thing. I am 100% conjecture.
Speculating. Yeah.
Yeah, always. That's me as a person.
Yeah.
There would have to be kicking coaches for it to be the worst coached. For it to be the worst coach position. That's true. I have never seen a kicking coach, not a specialist one anyway. So I remember when we were at the Knights, Steve Rains just used to tell John. He just used to tell John to go off and just kick field goals.
Well, John,
he's like,
Coach Rains. He did actually. He used to coach kickers, and he coached Phil Alexander, who became a World League kicker. Quite a decent one for the London Monarchs. A punter, I think, rather than a kicker. Yeah. And Steve Belcher, he coached him as well. So yeah, there exist pockets of good coaching, but on the whole, it's just whack it, mate. You know.
Russ is telling us to hold our breath for another safety. So there's 3:05 left in the game. There I think Lincolnshire is I think they're feeling a little bit defeatist, not only for their game but also the football, because they're saying there's 3:05 left in their game, and they're obviously down 10-3, and they're saying it's good practice.
Humber 16-8 up. Humber have scored again.
Oh,
they've
let's
gone
go
from
the
8-0
Warhawks.
down to 16-8 up. So all 3 TDs have had 2-point conversions in this game, and Humber have pulled it back. And then they're in the fourth quarter. Sorry, I'm sorry. I know I cut you off there.
I was rambling, mate. I was rambling.
I get well excited.
I don't know where I was going with that, apart from the fact that Lincolnshire's Twitter account thinks that England's going to lose.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's worth sharing. It's all we can go on.
So we had our predictions. We had our predictions earlier on today, right?
Yeah.
How are we looking at them? Can we get the?
Mate, I don't remember them, but let's have a look.
I know who I backed.
Okay,
can we get them? Can we get them up and we'll have a quick look. See how we're going.
What, you want the scores up on screen?
Yeah. If you bring it up, and we'll just see how we went. Because I had Humber, and you had I don't know if you picked Humber to win that or if you picked the Bobcats, but I know that I picked Humber to win that.
Right, let's have a look. Well, I don't know how good this is going to look, but the scores are on the right-hand side here as we look at it. So Humber, Bobcats, I think I went, that was the first one we looked at, and I went contrarian with you, didn't I? So I'll just pick the other team.
No, because it was down the bottom. It was one of the last games on the schedule, because they were right below the Yorkshire Rams.
Yeah,
and I mentioned that I thought the Rams were good and the Bobcats were terrible.
Yeah, I can't remember what I picked.
I had the Rams to win. So
I had the Rams.
We've got that booked in, so that's one apiece on that one. I had Lincolnshire in this one, so come on, boys, stop letting me down.
I had the Alphas, didn't I?
You did indeed, because that was the first one we talked about. That was the first one. Full time at Colchester, Cambridgeshire is 21-0 to the Cats. Full time.
Full time, okay. Well, I've got it there. I'll just change
we'll
it.
Update it in a sec. So, I had the Cardinals. You had the Eagles.
Yeah, go on. Cats. I had the Cats. I know I had the Cats. You had the Cats.
Yeah, I had the Gladiators. I did.
Storm, I had the Storm.
Yeah, because you lost paper, scissors, rock. But got
we just didn't have a clue, did we, about that one? It turned out to be quite one-sided. Bulls, I think I had the
Bulls. Yeah.
Did I have the Bulls?
I don't know if this was a contrarian one or not, but I didn't think.
I don't know. I could have easily
have to watch it back.
Away.
Yeah, we're going to have to watch it
back. So Stallions Blitz, I had Stallions, definitely.
Yeah, I said the Stallions would win that too.
The Hornets and Oxford, we said Hornets.
Yep, we did.
Spartans,
Sussex was definitely Spartans. 100%.
And then this one, I had Blitz, and I blitzed by away, like 40 points.
Yeah, you said 40. I said Blitz. Yeah. I just said Blitz because I didn't put a score on it. But and then is that all of them?
Postponed and cancelled. Yeah.
Postponed and cancelled.
Not bad.
Right, so we're at the 2-minute warning. Do you want to update the full time on that?
Yeah, I'm just going to do it now, mate. I just wanted to get it off screen.
So we're at the 2-minute warning. Scunthorpe Bombers still 10-3 to Scunthorpe there. Haven't heard anything further on either the Blitz Exiles game or the Blitz B Hornets game.
Hold on, let me just check because I might have something.
Hashtag withdraw. Sean's finally decided to join us.
What's that for?
I'm not sure. Where have you been all day? Where have you been all day, Sean?
Where have you been?
So stupid. So stupid.
I don't care. I do not care.
He's
missed out. He's missed. Shall I just get recap now?
Oh no. To be honest, Sean, you've done yourself a blessing by not being. It's been painful. Steve did himself a mischief in the
haven't I?
Steve did himself a mischief in the bathroom.
Yeah, go on, Sean.
Guys are fucking terrible.
Oh, I love it.
Handle it.
I love puns, man.
Can you elaborate? Man. Can you elaborate on the hashtag withdraw for us, please, Sean? Because I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that.
I think it might be with reference to the games that I said are postponed and cancelled.
Ah, right.
Remember, there's a bit of a delay in what we say and when they see it, so it could be.
Right.
I don't know. Scottish.
Could be. Oh, yeah, there's a bit of a delay. It's the intelligence.
Yeah.
It takes time. It takes time for things to get up to that part of Aberdeen.
It's a hell of a way, man.
It is, mate. It is. It is a long way away.
From what I can see, all the scores are still as is or as they were.
Yeah, it looks like pretty much everything's wrapping up. So the Bulls, Gaz Stevens with the fumble recovery after a Bulls turnover on downs. So the Bulls turned the ball over on downs and then got the ball back on a fumble recovery into the third quarter, still 48-6.
I really want to watch this GIF. I want to watch this GIF about the water. So it's just something.
Yeah. So reply to Aaron's score prediction. So that's Aaron Gilbraith of Aztecs versus Source. Aztecs beat Swindon 61-0. Swindon beat Source 35-0. So are you saying that 96-0 then? Is that what you're saying, Sean?
I love it that people have picked up on Source. Do you know where Source came from?
Worcestershire Sauce is what I'm assuming.
Yeah, but do you know who coined that? Who started calling them it?
Oh no, we don't have a clue.
It was the Breens because they couldn't say Worcestershire.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh, okay, I get it now. I get it. He's saying that he thinks the Source will withdraw, that they will not play the Aztecs, which is what I said in a sort of roundabout sort of way, because I mentioned, do you think that maybe they'll just all get COVID again? COVID again. Yeah,
the COVID card. You just can't question. You just got to say no problem, and for the right reasons, right?
You sound very cynical.
You can't say it's like a kid going to school saying my nan's dead. You're like, no, she's not.
Well, I mean, after
she's one day off.
Well, after the third time, you can definitely call it.
Yeah, the zombie man. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Something about his son, I don't know. Maybe what I said.
So his daughter brings him water.
And his
brings
son's
him beer.
brought him a load of shit.
Shit, yeah. Well, we know which one's the favourite child.
Yeah.
The Blitz have scored. That's probably what he's talking about. The Blitz are up 30. Blitz have scored a touchdown. They're up 13-9.
Mate, what are they? They're like fourth. They're like fourth quarter specialists now, aren't they?
The Blitz.
Yeah, that's what they did against the Exiles. The first game.
We're still in the first half.
Are we? I thought we were in the second half.
Actually,
We've got to be in the second half.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it was Q3. The last update I've got was Q3.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So the Blitz are up 13-9.
This has got to be completely demoralising for the Exiles if this ends with a Blitz win. Like on average, they won because they won, like they were ahead, 3/4 of both games. That's 6 quarters that they've been leading for across the 2 games. But they just don't get the win.
Can't close.
Yeah.
Can't
Coffees
close.
for closers. Coffees for closers.
Coffee for closers. We're just gonna have a video of the Blitz just walking past us.
Yeah. I'm not going anywhere.
all trying to be fucking Matthew McConaughey. Just looking at Kent Exile's like 9 points. Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump those up.
We should do a stream of Wolf of Wall Street memes.
Oh no! This is where the Exiles come back and just like we get a safety or something because it's safety season.
Yeah. Do you know what, mate? I'm still pulling for the Exiles. I'd love them to pull this one off. 42-0 to the Black Knights. Third quarter.
No, it's got to be to
the Swindon Storm.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I was going to say, I was like, that's not right. So Martin has said that the Blitz game is in the 4th quarter. Thank you, Martin. We appreciate that.
Nice one. Cheers, Martin.
I was massively wrong, so I'll take that correction straight off the bat.
Yeah, I thought it was 4th. They're just like 4th quarter specialists at the moment. Well, against this one team.
So was it 42 for the Swindon game you mentioned? Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to think of. Just slipped my mind.
Yeah. So that's Oh, they've kicked the extra point then because they were up 32-0. Go on.
Who?
Wonder how much rotation in Blitz versus Kent.
0.
Yeah, because it's a close game, isn't it?
Yeah. You don't rotate those games. I need to see. One of the Sean Breen has posted a YouTube clip, but I can't look at it. He's also going from his mobile, so I can't look at it. Actually, I'll look at it on my mobile.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Aaron, I would say probably none because I thought rotation was only for games that were supposed to be blowouts and things like that. Am I right in thinking that, Steve? Yeah.
I wouldn't expect. You could expect some level of rotation, I suppose, just on the season. But I think in a game like this, it's going to go to the wire, and you want to keep your best players out there for as long as you can.
Bulls have scored a touchdown, so they're up 56-6 now over the Stampede. Pray for Stampede.
Is that game still going?
That's still going. It's in the 4th, but it's still going.
56-6.
Yeah, 56-6. Pray for Stampede.
Pray for Stampede. Jesus. What's it in the 4th quarter, did you say?
I think it's in the 4th, yeah, is what I've seen.
Okay, we'll put it down as the 4th. So I'm just trying to watch this. See what
Sean's saying here. Yeah.
See, with the other software we got, that video would play on screen if we wanted it to. It's clever.
Yeah, but it is.
It's okay.
That other software we've got, that video would play on screen 30 seconds behind. So people would hear the noise and not know what they're watching.
We got it down to 2. We got it down to 2.
Until we start trying to live stream videos on it.
Yeah. Right, I'm just.
So it looks like
mobile video.
I was going to say. So I'm assuming the Birmingham game can't probably be far off finishing up. I think the Lincolnshire. So 12 minutes ago, the Lincolnshire game had 3 minutes and 5 seconds left in the game. So I'm going to assume that one's probably come to a close, and we're looking at a 10-3 final. Michael, if you're still here, if you can confirm that for us.
It's a Shrek thing. What's it called? It's something like it's like a crossover. So it says Timon and Pumbaa interrupt Shrek the Third. So I don't need to watch it. Sorry about that, everyone.
I don't know. The Hoof Bowl.
Yeah. Do you know what I love? I remember when we were we used to do Gridiron Memes. We used to come up with all different bowl names for teams, and that was good fun. Hoof Bowl's a good one. Should we find out? Is there any more? There's Bird Bowl, Cardinals, Eagles, Bulls and Stampede. The Bulls and Stampede are quite nicely related.
What? It's the Hoof Bowl.
Oh, is that? No, I was. Oh, is that
Russ,
the Hoof Bowl?
Yeah, Russ. Are you meaning?
Yeah, we have.
Right. No, I think he meant on the ticker.
Yeah.
Okay. Will you entertain the people, and I will do so.
I can. I don't mind. I can do it if you want, mate.
No, because I had entertained them while you went to the bathroom for like 25 minutes. So
Yeah, but I couldn't help it.
I'm sure I'll find out later on.
An occurrence. Oh yeah, like Cornwall. Yeah, it was the pasty bowl. What other bowls have there been like that people used? I remember when we were doing the memes. We had the Pumas versus another team at the time that were just god awful, and we called it the toilet bowl. And obviously that upset everyone. No worries, Russ. Happy to help, mate. Alpha's win 10-3. So
yeah, it's called.
So I won't do any of the updates now, just so I stay focused on everything here. What other games? Hastings, Pumas. Yeah, I don't think it was Hastings. I think this was prior. I think it was prior to Hastings existing that we did it, because this was like, because I remember when we first started doing memes, people thought like we just like targeted the Pumas because we didn't like them, and I was like, no, we've targeted them because they haven't won a game. Like we just looked through like
and
the
like
records of the tip. We're like, yeah, oh, they haven't won a game. Why the hell do they exist? And that was it. They just became like the GOAT. Like we'd come up with a meme idea, and if it was a good team, it would go to one of the Prem teams, and if it was a terrible team, it ended up being the Pumas. But their reaction caused us to continue. A guy called Stuart. I remember Stuart Downing. No, not Stuart Downing. I can't remember. Stuart something. He was the guy that ran it, and he just kicked off about everything. So we just kept going. Right. What else have we got? So the full times, just to go through the full times that we've got so far. I know I was just putting them up, but let me just talk them through them. So we got Doncaster Mustangs 0, Yorkshire Rams 57. We've got Ouse Valley Eagles 14, Ipswich Cardinals 18 full time, and Colchester Gladiators 0, Cambridge Gats 21. So all away wins there for our full time games.
We've got another full time game. I'm going to interrupt you. The Warhawks. Games come to an end. 16-8. They win.
No way. So well done to Humber Warhawks. They were 8-0 down for a lot of that game.
A lot of that game. Half time. They were 8-0 down.
Wow. So, yeah, good for them. We've also got full-time with London Hornets, 34 against Oxford Saints 0. And full-time with the Essex Spartans against the Sussex Thunderbolts. So the B team for the Sussex, for Sussex. 62-2. Yeah, the biggest points difference we've got today. Probably to be expected. I suppose you'd have earmarked that one if you had to predict which one was going to be the biggest blowout today. That would have been in there, right? The game in terms of games we've got left now. Yes. Oh, Scunthorpe Alphas, that's finished, doesn't it? We just said that 10-3. So the game's in play. Swindon Storm, they're currently 42-0 up against the Black Knights.
That could come down to the wire.
Yeah. How many quarters? They're playing 73 quarters. Yeah. So
no, because they're not getting closer in 73 more quarters. And score is just going out and out and out.
Cambridge Cats. Oh, we've already read that as full time. Sorry, Swindon Storm 42-0 over the Black Knights, and then we just wait. And Wembley Stallions London Blitz is another game we're waiting on, which is currently 7-6 to the Stallions, and then obviously the London Blitz versus the Exiles still in the fourth quarter, with London winning currently in the lead. 13-9. So yeah, that's where we are with all these scores.
Grant is spewing 13-9, 1 point out. He called 12-9, didn't he? He's like, you had to kick. He's like, you had to kick it.
Well, I just want to mark the full times down. So our full times was Humber, the Alphas and the Bombers.
Yep.
That's full time. Black Knights is still going. Stallions Blitz, and then Exiles Blitz. So only 3 games. Oh no, plus the Stampede and the Birmingham Bulls. Or is
Bulls are still going. No, that's still going.
So we've got 4 games still going. We'll be wrapping up. Oh shit! Hold on. We're wrapping the show up pretty soon. Once we get the next couple scores in.
I was going to say, because the Blitz and the Exiles game was in the fourth quarter, so it probably shouldn't be too far away. And I think Wembley kicked off at 3:30 as well, so they probably shouldn't be too far away from finishing up either.
Okay.
So at the moment, I think Birmingham probably that game is nearly at its end as well. It was Well, 15 minutes ago, they were at the end of the third quarter at 48-6. So I would assume that we obviously they've scored since then to make it 56-6. So I would assume there's probably only a couple of minutes left in that Birmingham game as well. So don't worry, Stampy, the pain is nearly over.
Can we have some guesses of the bottle cost, please? Because I went through all the trouble of asking Bex. She thinks I'm now weird.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't think you're now weird.
Weirder. That's a weird thing to do.
The now part is not. It's pointless. She has always thought you're weird.
Did you see the post about the other day on Facebook where the nursery, everyone put
the chat, and you said hi everyone.
Hi everyone. Yeah. She got well pissed off.
Why have you done that? Delete it. No.
Yeah, delete it. Yeah, fucking no, I'm not deleting it. I want to sit here and laugh about it.
So for those of you who don't know, Steve got added into a group chat with all of the other parents from nursery. Steve does not like this because he doesn't like the other parents from nursery.
No, I don't dislike them. It was just pinging up because it was one of the nurse. Do you call them nurses? One of the women that works there, girls that work there. She's childcare. Yeah, she's leaving. They put us all into a group chat to say that, and then everyone, one after the other, oh, thank you, help me with Kevin's nosebleed, or thank you, Lily really likes singing with you. You know, all this shit. All day it's just pinging off. And then
can you just leave?
No, you can't leave chats. And I didn't want to turn. I don't like.
Was it on WhatsApp?
No, it's in an app for the nursery. It's a purpose-built app.
Right.
So if they add you in something, you're stuck in it. And I didn't want to mute it. I don't like muting notifications because if something happens to my boy, I want to see the alert.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's just like every time the thing goes off, I'm like, oh no. It's another stupid person saying goodbye to this person. It just sort of annoyed me.
You just need to start commenting. Yeah. But have you not left yet, Doreen? Like, how long are you going to drag this out?
Yeah. Well, it went on for a couple more days. If they do another message about it next week, like if that chat still goes, I'm just going to do like a dick pic or something. No, I won't. I'll do something. I'll do something ridiculous just to make Bex even more embarrassed. But she got well embarrassed because I just said. Because there were so many coming through, I just messaged, and they're all saying goodbye to this girl. I went, "Hi, everyone," and I don't think
Comedy
it was
gold. Comedy
great.
gold.
It was just okay. It was just funny. Like, didn't mean much by it, but I didn't realise it would wind Bex up. She hated it. She was like, "Delete it. What are you doing? Everyone thinks you're weird now."
The reality is that everyone who knows you knows you're weird. So, like,
yeah, I just. Don't care.
No, you never have.
I was like, it was either that or like moan. I thought I don't want to moan. I just want to sort of like mock. I want to do something that's a bit more negative. I want to mock.
You're a terrible person. You're a terrible person.
Yeah. Well, that was my thought process. That's how I got there. So
we've got some.
Delete that message would just be wrong. So I didn't.
Right. So Russ reckons it's $19.99 with a charging cable.
Right. Well, you've already said £20, and we said that's over. £70.
Grant reckons it's 70. Okay. I reckon 50. I reckon 55 with shipping.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see.
Interesting to see Baffa request to put stats on League Republic website is going well.
Oh yeah.
And he's also said it's not going too well. And then Sean has said that we can create stats for your database for your team through our company for a tiny fee, Grant.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
So the bottle was 60. No, it's not that high. It was $69.99, but I got it for the knockdown price of $59.99. So I paid £60 for it.
For a fucking drink bottle.
No, see that's really watering it down, Oz.
For a glow in the dark drink bottle.
It's not glow in the dark. We've established. Does
it? Yeah, we established. Does that when you put that in the dark? Does that glow in the dark?
It doesn't mean it's glow in the dark.
Right.
It doesn't.
So
it glows
in the dark.
It glows in anywhere it is. It glows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't even glow. It illuminates, which is a completely different thing. But yeah, so yeah, that's been the story of this podcast. The show, sorry.
We are definitely not recording.
Yeah, so the stats thing for League Republic. So interestingly, like we're due to change our name. We've sort of teased it out, and we've had to keep pushing it back. So I haven't gone on about it for a while. But Gridiron Hub's changing its name. It's getting new features on the website. Eventually, included in that will be the ability for teams to add stats, but the stats will also it will be like intelligence. So they will add for the team, but they'll also add to the individuals that score them. So you'll have like a profile page as a player, and as you make tackles or as you complete passes or score touchdowns, that data will assign itself to your profile as well as to the club. So yeah, like we've got quite a cool solution that we've like tested out and put in place for it. We've got other stuff to do before we roll that out, but hopefully that'll we can also retrospectively add stats as well. So people can go back, and we've got a hell of a lot of stats that we've pulled from different places already to put onto it, but we'll be enabling clubs to add stats if they want to. Anyway,
does the bottle turn water? Does it turn water into wine? Because if it doesn't, you have been mugged off.
No, what it does do is it records.
It just glows at the bottom. All it does is it just lights up, Aaron. It does nothing else whatsoever.
It also connects to this app.
There's no quality of life.
So I've had 3,254 mils of water today, which has exceeded my goal of hydration. And
see, I can judge it as well without a fancy app that I've drunk, that much. And when I finish this bottle, I would have drunk 1.5 liters of water.
You can't see that clearly, but that tells me at the top there was the last entry. That's 41 mil of water I drank at 13 minutes past 5.
Why do you need to know that?
So that I know how much I drink.
Why do you need to know you drank 41 mils of water at 13 minutes past 5?
Because that's what that does.
Yeah, but why? No, why? Why do you need to know that?
So I can have it on my app.
So that's not a why. That's what it does.
Does it? No, it doesn't. I'd like it to, because the reason the reason I wanted this tracked a bit closer is like in the last few months, I've started drinking loads of water and losing weight. I lost like 2 stone.
Stuart and Aaron have the same thought process.
What? Is there a device that goes with it that measures how much comes out too? No, there isn't. But like that's something that I think is quite interesting. But then how would you do? Like I was thinking about it yesterday. Like
you piss into another bottle that lights up.
Piss into a bottle and then I'm not doing that.
Grant's been gypped by his daughter. She's brought him a beer, alcohol free. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, was he calling his boy that?
No, his daughter, because his daughter was the. So that was a weird gender reveal from Grant. But apparently it was not an alcohol. Russell says it doesn't even keep it refrigerated.
What, this? Yeah, well, it's a flask, so it does keep it cool. It's not a fridge. It doesn't have like a cooling fan.
And Hirsch has come in and said there's an app that tells you how many breaths you've taken for only 130 quid.
Send me the link, Hirsch. Sounds like you've just discovered next week's topic.
He will buy it. He will buy it.
Yeah.
Right.
I can tell you all about my breaths.
Well, I've drunk enough water. I'm going to take a toilet break because I don't know how much longer we're going to have to sit here and wait for.
I think we should start wrapping it up. If we're not getting many updates through,
I think we're cold at the moment.
Yeah. I think it's fine, mate. We might as well. Go to the toilet, and then if there's nothing that's when you've come back,
I don't take 20 minutes like you do, so
finishing it up. Well, there was an issue. Surely you went to the toilet bowl. It will record the stats. Of my pee. How? There's no sensor. There's not like an IoT function. It doesn't know how much I've pissed out. It doesn't there's no recording of that. It just, maybe I'll weigh myself before and after, and it might be able to figure that out. But that's a ball ache. Just stick to hydration going in. But it does so it does take into account, like, so it's got stuff on this where it says like it monitors the weather around you and the temperature, your height, your weight, your level of activity, so obviously step counts and all that, and then it predicts how hydrated you are, and then if you haven't drank for a certain amount of time, it will say, can you drink at least this much now, and it will flash. So it does sort of, it's a bit more clever than just water out of a bottle. It actually takes into account, you and your environment. And I've got it hooked up to my health app as well, so my doctors could see it if they wanted to. Ours didn't mute his mic, did he? Well, we've got another update here, I think. No, it's not coming in. Just more questions about the water bottle, because it's such a good topic. If someone else takes liquid out of the bottle, does it mess the system up, like washing it out?
How do you wash it?
Just wash it.
Yeah, but does it not, like Aaron says, when you put water in the bottle to wash it, does it not
No,
register the
because
water's
it
in there?
only calibrates when you place it down. That's why when I sit, I place it down, it sort of waits a few seconds, waits till it's still, and then it glows to tell you, okay, yeah, we've got an update. And that, look, there you go. And that works both ways. So if I put more water in it now, it would calibrate and know that the water had been filled up. Now he's like in his 60s now, isn't he? He's out of the game.
Adam Sandler? He's not in his 60s.
How old is he?
I reckon late 40s.
No. I don't think he's 60, by the way.
Early 50s at the very most.
54 he is.
Ooh.
Somewhere in between the middle of us?
Yeah, I thought he was probably about 48, 49. So.
No, I knew he was older than that. Anyway, I think we're done for the day, guys. I don't have any more updates to give. We're waiting for them to come in. We will update the scores. I probably won't get to it until tomorrow, and I'll do the scorecards. But literally now, I'm going to end this, go and speak to my missus, get in the car, go drive down to Portsmouth, and enjoy the England game. And hopefully you guys do too. So, cheers for sticking with us. Oz, have you got anything to add? Use
the hashtag Gameday Live.
Yes,
we've been preaching it all stream. So we really appreciate you guys rocking with us today. It's been great.
Yeah,
we're up to 30 at the moment. Of you guys are sitting here listening to us chat crap. We'll put that up. We will put that up just for it's because Jake's Welsh, so he's Abe.
Hey, fair play.
Jake is Abe.
I don't mind it.
No, we really appreciate you guys sticking with us and providing the feedback. Again, I will flog this dead horse like Birmingham is doing right now. Please, if you're in touch with any of the teams, get the socials going. Speak to them. Use hashtag Gameday Live. Let us get the updates that we can give to you guys if you're not going to be at the games. So, yeah, help us help you. It's coming home.
Check out the Blitz Manager Facebook group. Get involved in that game. Start if you're interested in testing. I definitely want to.
We'll get a real live.
I reckon you'll get hooked on it. I'm gonna love it, and you end up losing your job and everything because you just want to play the game and not do anything. Anyway,
it's coming home. I'm maybe not though.
Yeah. That's the thing, man. I cleared my meetings for tomorrow morning, but I said to Bex because I don't drink, but. I try not.
You do. You got a fucking 70 quid water bottle.
I drink water, but if England win, I might just get smashed. And then, the football will be coming home, but I won't. And that's what I said to Bex earlier. Humber just had a lovely Facebook post.
Off we go. This is the entertaining part of the stream where we all just
Grant's put some really good content forward today. I got a game next Sunday. Don't want to get pinged to isolate. Yeah, fair enough. Oh my god! Let me put this up. This is prime Brit ball. That's what Hummer have just posted.
Is that soap? Is that soap getting shot in Modern Warfare?
Yeah, I don't know if it's. I know the guy is Colonel Price or General Price.
I'm pretty sure it's
Price,
Captain Price and soap.
Yeah.
Go on, Humber.
Can't share that, but I like it. I respect it, but it's a bit too harsh. Like the Knights did one, didn't they?
Oh, the battleship. Well, I took.
You were very
Exception to
vocal
it.
about it, weren't you? Yeah.
I took exception to it because I don't feel like, and I'll speak about this right now while we're on here before we go.
Yeah,
I
let's
think
go.
it was classless from an organization to take a shot at someone for folding when that organization has folded. Once they folded back in 2012, I think it was, where they literally just packed it all in and they were like, "No, we're done," and went through the whole associate process again. And two, took tactical forfeits as recently as a couple of years ago. General Shepherd and Ghost, you uncultured swine. He was originally a captain. Where they literally took a tactical forfeit against the Warriors, and this was what I mentioned at the start of the stream about the team that said that the World Cup was one of the reasons that they put down to have to take the tactical forfeit. They literally put that in their Facebook post that they blamed England making the semi-finals. So no, you don't get to sit there and chat shit from your little glass house. Like I get that, you know, it's sad that a team folded, but when you're a fucking team that's folded recently, you don't get that. No, you don't have that right. So it was ultimate shit. I get shithousery, but you know, stay in your lane.
You, wasn't it?
Stay in your lane.
Final score: Kent Exiles 9, Blitz 13.
There we go.
To finish right. So with that, we're signing off. So the Blitz are still undefeated. Kent can't win. Thank you guys. We'll be back next week, hopefully with James or Hatch. But everyone will be available next week. This week's just a nightmare. But Cheers, guys. Thanks for sticking with us.
This week it's coming home. So
yeah.
Peace.
Take care.